I am sorry I'm late. Didn't mean to be late. I was actually watching the interview again that I'm going to talk about tonight with some people in the Zoom. And I will tell you that I had my phone next to me last night, and somehow it came up on this Cindy Watts interview. And I looked at this and I said, what is this Cindy Watts interview? And it's on a channel that for the last, well, I don't think he's been following I think he came late to the game. I think he came about 2 years late to the game. And has been doing absolutely nothing but Chris Watts' case. But if he was doing Chris Watts' case, he's not doing the Chris Watts case. He is doing what a lot of these channels are doing, and there's new channels cropping up every day that have just started to do the case. But rather than stick to the facts, he has a captive audience, so he is rewriting this case. And his revisions include that everything went wrong in the investigation. The cops are all frauds. The DA is a fraud. Nothing happened the way that it said that it happened. Chris Watts didn't kill his children. Other people are involved. He has such a disrespect for the entire Rusak family that he writes them into the murders. And it's disgusting. And some of you have listened to a little bit of the interview with me, but this false narrative. And when we go back towards that script, when Frank was up here with me, which they try to twist, but when Frank and I were reading through that script that was sent to me for all these people, I guess on this Watts Island, because I never really understood what the Watts Island was, but I guess the Watts Island is all these people that wanted to create treated the Watts case like it was a TV series, okay? And they wanted to write in, hey, Ashley, some more episodes because they didn't want to lose their audience, right? I don't want to lose my audience. And if you go to a channel like that, every single video is the Chris Watts case. So how do you keep that going? Well, you keep that going with all kinds of fake narratives. And now he has joined forces with Cindy and Ronnie Watts. But as I'm going to tell you about her interview, Cindy's family isn't too happy with what Cindy's doing. And there's somebody else that you might not understand who's not happy. Do you know who that is? Chris Watts. Chris Watts is not happy. Chris Watts is not happy that his mother and father have been giving this guy the time of day. He's not happy that this guy is using his parents for content, and worse, that he is using his parents to finger people in the Rusak family, to put blame on Shanann, to do all of this. He is not in favor of that. And if there's another video that I was told about today, so I went to look at it, and this creator says, I don't believe anything that's coming out of Chris Watts' mouth. He's a D-head, okay, but he says the word. He treats the Rusak family better than his own family. He has no respect for his blatant disrespect for his parents and family is, when I wrote it down exactly what he said because I wanted to, hold on, let me get my notes here. I wanted to make sure I had everything that he said the way he said it. Hang on. He said, stop. he said that the DNA swabs, okay, when he's talking about the police, he said the DNA swabs on the kids' necks would have given the evidence that Chris Watts did not do this. Why didn't he? He's very upset about the timeline that the Rusaks went out to Colorado when Shanann was missing. He has so many questions and he can't leave it alone. He said, I don't believe a word that comes out of Chris Watts' mouth. And it's not the only person he is pissing off at the moment. He said Chris is being an absolute D-head, and the lack of respect he has for his parents is appalling. He gives more respect to the Rusaks than his own family. And then says, why does Cindy have to remain silent? Well, he gives more respect to the, sorry, I didn't go down here, to the Rusaks than he does to his own family, and that makes him effing, and he says the word, sick to my stomach. The way that they treat the public is beyond me. The Rusaks owe the Watts an apology for the hate they have leveled against Cindy in that 10-page letter. The hate in that letter against Ronnie, Cindy, and Jamie is disgusting, and it ended up in the discovery. Why can't Cindy reply to that letter? Why does she have to stay silent? First of all, Einstein, that's not a letter. What he's talking about is when the CBI called Sandy and Shanann was still missing, and they were trying to figure out who could have done this, who was behind this. So they told her, you want to help us? Sit down and get a pad and a pencil, or pen, whatever, pad and pen, and write down everything you could remember about her relationship, about just to see what comes out. You don't know how much that could help us. And so she sat down at the table, and now it was August in North Carolina. It was hot, but when you're emotional, you feel cold. And she told me, Carolyn, I was sitting there in a coat. I had a coat on, and I'm writing this stuff, never thinking like this stuff is going to be seen by anyone else other than the CBI. So Dave is now saying that Sandy wrote a letter going to somebody. Sandy sat down and wrote her thoughts to try to help them find her daughter and grandchildren. Sandy wasn't writing a letter to stick it to the Watts. She didn't even know what had happened at that time. Well, apparently he read this in the discovery the other night, because he's how many years too late? Almost 6 years too late. And decided to make this content and to say that Cindy has a right to respond to this letter. This isn't a letter. It wasn't a speech. It was something Sandy wrote to help the CBI. Yes, it ended up in the discovery because it's part of the case. But for him, see, this is how they twist, to say that, oh, well, Cindy deserves some time to respond to this. So he interviews Cindy. And in fact, he says when he's on the phone, he goes, hey, hi, Cindy and Ronnie. But there's no Ronnie there. And when he hangs up, it's just Cindy. And the last thing she says is, I've got to go. I'm probably going to be in a lot of trouble with my family for this. Do you think so, Cindy? Why is that? Because they want you to keep your mouth shut. For those of you that don't know, Cindy and Ronnie ran to the media to do interviews from jump. And when they went to do these interviews, they spoke so horrifically about Shanann. In fact, in one, Cindy is almost like giddy that, in a way, to think that Chris would do this to Shanann. Like, oh yeah, I'm glad he finally saw the light, and yes, I can imagine that, but the kids I just can't reconcile. So she can't reconcile the kids, and so all this time she still believes. And the reason I say that is if you've watched the interview, so I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I'm not going to look at the chat because I'll look at the chat at the end. I've got to look at my notes here because I have everything that she said, and I'm going to go through it line by line. So don't think I'm ignoring you. If you're saying something in the chat, I'll read it after, but I can't. If I stop, then I lose. I have ADD, and I can't. Okay, so she comes on and he says, oh, Cindy, you know, the letter, okay, I've already discussed how that's not a letter and exactly what that is. And Cindy knows what it is, but she's pretending she doesn't either. But before they even go on that, she says that, can she read something that Chris wrote? And it's a prayer, she says. And so she goes on this and reads this entire prayer that supposedly Chris wrote, and she said that he writes so many of them. She says it's one of many prayers he's written, and it was written by Chris for Joey. Joey is the son of Ronnie's brother who passed away, and then he says, well, there's a memorial in your backyard, and obviously it's there for Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico, but it's also there for Josh and Joey. And she says, yes, 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 but this particular prayer, this one is for Joey, and it's called Taken Too Soon. And she says, can I read it? And he says, yeah, go ahead. And so she goes through this whole prayer, you know, where he starts like, Father, I come to you in the name that is above every name in heaven and in earth. The sun eclipsed the horizon this morning and revealed a glistening blanket of snow. Okay. And it goes on. And the whole time you're thinking, he's writing a poem called Taken Too Soon. And this is a man, let's keep it in perspective here, and reality, that killed 4 people way before their time, right? But he's writing this about he calls this, you know, his brother, and it was just like he's this very, very, very godly man. So that's really hard to sit through when you know that. So then she says he has such a gift with words, and he was such a quiet person. I didn't even know. Perfect timing. That's right. I didn't even know. I have no idea. I had no idea that he had such a way with words, she said. Never. He was such a quiet person. And then the other troubling thing she does, she talks about these 2, I guess they were young men, how they passed. And then she says, you know, in the span of, and she never gives the time span, but she says in the span of Christopher, Josh, and Joey, and it has been absolutely something that you would think there was a curse on the Watts family. Well, except that you say Christopher, Josh, and Joey. Josh and Joey have passed. Christopher has not passed. One of these things is not like the other. Christopher caused the death of 4 people, Cindy. So the thing that you should have said, Shanann, Bella, Cece, Nico, Josh, Joey, not Christopher. But that is just, it's denial, right? Okay, so she says that there's you think there was a curse on the Watts family. And then this guy asks Cindy, how much do you miss Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico? And she says, oh, I miss Bella and Cece so much. I don't know what I can say about Nico. Really? Why would you struggle on that? Because you don't believe it's Chris's child? Isn't that why? I didn't know him, of course. I miss, the birth of him. But Bella and Cece, yes, I miss them so much. But what do you miss about them? There's nothing that personalizes it. There's nothing that says what she misses about them. She doesn't long for what they would be doing today. You don't hear anything. She's going through the motions. She's supposed to say she misses them. That's what a grandmother would do. But she doesn't realize how fake and phony it is, okay? Because the best that she can muster up is, I miss them. I do so much. And then she says, Shanann, I do miss her. I do. I mean, I know people will say all these things about me, but what people don't understand is that, yes, in the beginning we didn't get along, but in the middle, we did get along fine. It was the beginning and the end where everything blew up. And I don't know what to say about that, but we got along in the middle perfectly. And then she misspeaks this. She says, I had to write this way. How could we not go out there twice a year and not get along? What she meant to say is, how could we go out there twice a year and not get along? Easily, that could happen. You could be going out there to see your son. You could be going out there to go through the motions. You could be going out there because your husband wants you to try again. A lot of reasons. Okay, but she, just the way she misspeaks, I mean, how could we not go out there twice a year and not get along? So then she says, we did, that's true. And then, let's see. Oh, and then he thanks her for her honest words and wants to talk about this letter. That's not a letter. And he said he read it out so lovingly, and that's my sarcasm. Well, it's not a letter, number one. And then he says that people have pretty much said that Nutgate was the catalyst and was the end for Shanann. If there was premeditation and there was a motive, that's when Chris pretty much gave up. And he said, I sat in your house with you and Ronnie, and you described to me, and I play it every day, every stream. So he apparently went to their house and made a video where he stood in the doorway of a bedroom that apparently Shanann had put the kids for a nap. And in their own version, she comes out of this door, and you could see this guy, like he thinks this is some dramatic moment that he had like a film crew filming. It looks ridiculous because you could see like laundry baskets and stuff in the back. And he apparently plays this before every live stream like it's some theatrical trailer. But he comes out and he stands there and he says, and this right here is this where it is, where Shanann said to you that you tried to kill Cece. Ridiculous. So he plays that. He has to put that on again for like a little theatrical. He has no control of the interview at all, too, because Cindy is over-talking him. Cindy is saying things that he's uncomfortable with, that she shouldn't have probably said, and he tries to gain control, but he can't. It's really quite interesting to watch. Anyway, he then he says, will you tell me like what happened when she came? You went shopping, and they were going to be there for the weekend. And she says, we went shopping, we went around Walmart, we went everywhere, around Walmart to the toy section. We got everything they needed. And honestly, the first weekend wasn't that great, because the very last day I had a hair appointment. And now, those of us that have covered this case, we know all about this, right? Ronnie mentions this. This was such a significant thing that it wasn't just that Cindy had a hair appointment, okay? This was something that was mentioned many times by different people in interviews. So anyway, she had a hair appointment, and allegedly she wasn't answering her phone there. And the whole reason that Shanann was there was for the kids to be with their grandparents. Now, Ronnie was working, okay, he couldn't help that. But Cindy apparently, said, I'm going to go get a haircut or whatever, but was gone the entire day and didn't answer her phone. And Shanann's there, pregnant, 2 kids. No one else is there. She could easily be with her family, right? I'm sure her mom would be cooking or something, and having some fun. Instead, she's sitting in the Watts house wondering where the heck Cindy is, and when is she coming home? Or are they going to do anything? What are they doing, right? Kids are, oh yeah, we're going to spend time today with grandma. Where is she? So when you hear Cindy tell it, Cindy says that, she had to go for a hair appointment, and she doesn't know whether she just didn't hear her phone ringing or what, but she left her phone there at the hairdresser, and she was, going around, and then she had to stop by Ronnie's, who worked at a car dealership, and sign some papers because they were buying a new car. And when she got to Ronnie's, she said that he told her, where have you been? She said that I didn't hear my phone ring, I guess. And then I forgot my phone at that person that did my hair. I didn't know. I didn't hear my phone ring, I guess. And Ronnie told me Shanann's been calling and calling. And I said, why? And he said, she's really mad. And I said, why? So I called her, and she was so angry with me. It really hurt my feelings, because I thought we were getting along so great. It hurt my feelings, She said, you left me here. You left me here with these kids. And I'm thinking, Shanann, they're your kids. I'm sorry. I had, I forgot my phone at the hairdresser. And, I said, I'm sorry. And she was angry at me. And that really hurt my feelings so bad. And, Frank came and picked her up, and that was the end of it. But I did call Chris, and I said, Chris, I think she's mad at me again, And I explained to him what happened, and he just said, Mom, just go with it. Just, this is the way she is. Just go ahead and pretend it didn't happen. Just go with it. I said, okay, right, I just wanted to let you know I didn't cause any problems, and I didn't do anything. And so, moving along, they started to talk about the ice cream. And so he says, when you were shopping, you bought the ice creams, right? And Shanann was there supervising everything, right? So you had everything. And she says, yes, we got everything, absolutely. Everything Cece and Bella could want. We got it all. And she says, yeah, I did have pistachios, she doesn't pronounce it properly, on the counter. But I said, oh gosh, those are for her grandson. And so she just put them on top of the refrigerator, no big deal. And then she says something so crazy. Apparently, I remember these were Hershey Kisses. And I remember in other interviews from Cindy and other things she said that she left out a bowl of Hershey's Kisses. And Cece got into the Hershey's Kisses. And, came around and had chocolate on her face. And that she said Shanann laughed. Well, Cindy said, and I'm going to get this exactly what she said here because it's so crazy. She said, I always knew they weren't allergic to anything. Well, she was always skeptical about their allergies, and she was always going to test them herself, to see if they really had allergies. Seemed to want to do that, right? Isn't that the one thing that Shanann was afraid that they would do something like that because she didn't believe it. Just like she didn't believe Shanann had lupus, or, she doesn't believe anything. So she said, so she now, and Cindy, because someone is not allergic to chocolate, and it wasn't that Cece was allergic to chocolate, and you know that because there's even videos when they're eating chocolate chips when they're making these cannoli things. And it's not peanuts either. It's tree nuts that she's allergic to. And so for you to come to the conclusion that because she had some Hershey's Kisses, that she's not allergic to anything, because this is what she says. She says, I always knew they were not allergic to anything. Nothing. Not one thing. Explain that logic. Walk us through that, Cindy. How does that look? So I just want to ask, she's just how that could be that they're allergic and she had the chocolate and is not allergic. So anyway, they get to the ice cream, and she says yes. The other granddaughter came in, grabbed an ice cream, apparently one that Cece could not have, and Cece started to. Well, according to them, okay, and the way they make fun of, please remember this child was not even 3 years old at this time, okay? She said her other granddaughter went and got an ice cream and was eating an ice cream, and Cece had a fit. I mean, she was screaming and yelling that she wanted the same thing my other granddaughter had. And I did say, and you could see the guy that's interviewing her, his face just drops when she says what I'm going to tell you. She goes, and I did say, well, sometimes you can't get what you want. And then she says, so, I mean, Shanann didn't have to, hug her and say, I know, honey, it's not fair, it's not right. She goes, I mean, that wasn't the right thing to do. Why? Because it made you look awful? That you can hear a lot of the vindictiveness. There's another part here that I'm going to go over, and you can picture her being like, oh, stop it. You can't always get what you want. And then being like very, very upset that a mother will hug her not even 3-year-old daughter and tell her it's okay, right? That's wrong. That's wrong. Cindy Watts says that's wrong. Okay, so then she said, you didn't have to hug her. You could have just gone in there and get her a ice cream, in a cup or in a bowl, in something. I mean, yeah. So then she says, but after that, everything was okay. And then Jamie brings over her 2 kids and leaves. Here you go, bye. So the interviewer says, oh, so she brought over your other grandchildren and she just left? Absolutely, yes. Okay, so apparently, like that, whatever. So the interviewer then says a very callous thing. He says, okay, so then everything's okay in the house and there's no one yelling and screaming or carrying on, apart from Cece having her little mini fit. She's not even 3 years old. You people ought to check yourselves, because, boy, you're wrecked. Let's see. So then Cindy says, okay, and then Shanann, she wanted the kids to go off and take their nap, but my granddaughter went in there with Bella, and she knows she was laying down with her because she was just absolutely connected, both, the way. So she makes it sound like these kids are like connected at the hip, and I can just tell you that I've heard other things. I'll say that, okay? I've heard other things. But anyway, I guess Shanann just mentioned that, okay, well, you guys are going to have to scoot along. I want to get the girls down for a nap, which is nothing wrong with that. But Cindy says, let me get exactly what she says here. She says, why, okay. She goes, my granddaughter went in there and she said, no, she can't be in here. And I said, why? I said, she wants to stay here with Bella. And she said, no. So I said, come on, Dylan. She doesn't want you in here. And she goes, and Shanann said, oh, please don't say that. And she goes, why? This is another one where you hear like the really little vindictiveness coming out of Cindy. She goes, why? That's the truth. You just said it. You said you didn't want her in here. So that's the truth. And she goes, and my granddaughter came out, and then she says that Shanann came out of the room and just started screaming at her. And then he goes to do this dramatic thing where he plays this little clip of when he went to North Carolina, and he's standing there and he thinks like, I don't know, it's really scary that he thinks this is some kind of crazy thing. And then he says, she walked out and then she just accused you of trying to kill Cece. And she's like, yes. And then she said, and that had such an effect on my other two grandchildren, and I said, we need to leave the house. We just need to get out. And she said it did have an effect on both of them. They didn't understand what was going on and why she was acting this way and why she said what she said. And until this day, they don't ask me about it. And she says, I do understand that Jamie is trying to protect and shelter them, from all this, which is understandable. Yeah, she's trying to protect them, I'm sure, from the reality that her brother killed his pregnant wife, right? And two nieces. Isn't that really what she's trying to shelter them from? Isn't that why she wants you to stop going and opening your mouth and making these horrible accusations against a woman who's not here to defend herself? Because you need to somehow explain that your son did not kill these girls, these little girls, right? It's okay that you can kind of justify that he killed Shanann, right? You've got that. But he didn't do this. And we're going to get to that part where she absolutely comes out and says it. And that's what it is. That's what your daughter's trying to shelter her children from. The whole reality of who their uncle is. Okay, so then she says they are being sheltered at the moment, which I believe is a very good thing. Jamie and her husband, yes, they're going to protect them. They're definitely going to protect them. Absolutely. And they don't, right now, they're not asking any questions. And I know they're not asking any questions. And I'm glad about that. Because I don't know what I would say to them, she says. And I remember how young they were when this happened. And I mean, I couldn't believe Shanann said what she said in front of both of my other grandchildren. I could not believe she said that. And they were both frightened. They were both frightened. They were scared. And they were thinking, what in the world is going on? Give me a freaking break. You know what's scary? That their uncle killed his whole family. That's scary. That's traumatizing. That is what is horrible. Not if Shanann even said anything to you about the ice cream. That is nothing. Okay? You want to talk about traumatizing? Traumatizing is thinking about the reality that your uncle killed your cousins that you were playing with, and not only killed them, but horrifically stuffed them into oil tank batteries. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Cindy, wake up. And you're the one. You are the one. By going over here and trying to say defamatory things about a woman who can't defend herself, you open yourself up to someone coming forward and telling you the truth like I am. Because you are being ridiculous. And you say your family's going to be upset with you? They should be upset with you. Why is your son upset with you? Because he doesn't like what you're doing? The lies that you're telling? He doesn't want you doing this? Doesn't want you hurting the Rusaks? Doesn't want you talking badly about Shanann? We heard him say it right on phone calls, but you can't handle it. You cannot handle it that your son did this. So you have to go ahead and harp on something, right? Like some comments about the ice cream, and tell us that your other grandchildren are traumatized by that, which then opens you up to somebody telling you the truth. It's ridiculous. Maybe you should listen to your family that wants you to shut your mouth. You probably should. Okay, so she's going on and on and on about how her grandchildren are traumatized by this, okay? And that she absolutely had to get out of there. She took them. They went to a friend's house. They left. And she remembered hearing what her grandchildren were saying to her, but she doesn't even want to get into that. You don't even want to get into that. What are they saying about their uncle murdering their cousins and their aunt and their unborn cousin? What are your grandchildren saying about that, Cindy? Really? And she says, I don't know, traumatic. I don't know if that's the right word. They don't seem to be fazed by it. They don't ask any questions, but I know one day they will ask questions. They're not going to be asking questions about the ice cream. No, they're going to be asking questions about why did Uncle Chris kill Cece and Bella and Aunt Shanann? That's what they're going to be asking questions about. Why did he do that? Grandma, why did he do that? You think they're going to be traumatized and asking you questions about some ice cream? Come on. So she says, but they're not asking questions right now, and that's because Jamie has completely sheltered them from all of this. From all of what? From the ice cream? No, she's sheltering them that they are related to Chris Watts. She's sheltering them from an uncle that brutally murdered his entire family. That's what she's sheltering them from. Yeah. Can you blame her? So she says that she wants nothing to do with any of it. Of course not. Why would she want anything to do? And you can hear as this is going on, she's speaking now about the murders. But she's pretending that she's speaking about this ice cream thing. And as she gets further into it, she now is struggling with the fact that she's got to tell you now that her daughter Jamie loves Chris. And she has to tell you this because, if it's coming from her, it's the truth, right? So she says, hold on. She says, and her and her husband are being the best dad, and the kids are being the best kids, and you know what I mean. So those two, they are definitely going to protect their kids. I guess unlike your son, right? Because your son didn't protect his kids. Your son betrayed his kids. They should have felt that their father would never hurt them. They should have felt their father would always protect them. But your son, Cindy, killed his kids. And killed them in the most horrific way. And with his confession, which you're going to hear, that second confession is just so gut-wrenching that Bella would say, are you going to do to me what you did to Cece? Did she feel protected by your son? The way you say Jamie's husband is protecting your other grandchildren? No. No, you're speaking of your son. And that's what it is. So he's definitely going to protect their kids. And then she says, anybody that comes after them, you better watch out. But see, nobody went after your other grandchildren, right? Your son did. Isn't that ironic, Cindy, right? Nobody went after them except your son. So then she says, she has to say that Jamie loves her brother. She does love her brother. She does, and she will. She always will. And I want you to know that. And absolutely don't doubt it at all. She wants you to know that. So, because Cindy's saying that, you should really believe how much Jamie loves Chris, because you know that Cindy can speak for Jamie completely. No, that sounds to me that she's upset that Jamie is not coming forward more and speaking more like her. She's upset that Jamie doesn't want her talking to this guy and to other people. And she wants to, shelter her family from the reality that her brother is Chris Watts. That's what she wants to do. And to Cindy, that's like, oh my gosh, now I've got to just make people believe that that's not the case and that she loves him so much and she's not at all upset about anything, okay. So the last thing they cover is why they start that they didn't go to the birthday party. And this is, and I've talked about this many times, this shows the immaturity of Cindy Watts. It shows the immaturity of Ronnie Watts. okay? Because you have grandchildren that are there for the summer that they don't normally see. It's Cece's 3rd birthday, and you don't go because you want to hold a grudge about something instead of trying to be a grandparent, trying to be the bigger person, trying to understand that it's about your granddaughter and it's not about you or anybody else, and you can't suck it up. And she says several times, like, I just wish we could be braver and have gone there, and people will make what they will about with it. But, no, they don't. And here's where you'll see so much of that immaturity. So she says, let's go back to the wedding. The wedding was something I wish we would have gone to, but it made it impossible when Shanann kicked Jamie out of the wedding. And then Jamie said, if I'm not going to be in the wedding, my kids aren't. So, she took both of her kids out, and they weren't in the wedding because she kicked Jamie out of it. And so the interviewer says, is that because she said that Jamie didn't mail the invitations? And she says, oh, no, that wasn't what it was. It was that Jamie couldn't be around. There was a week of things to do, like with the bridal party, and she just couldn't do that. But she said, oh, I'll get my nails done. Tell me what color. I'll get them done here. But I can't make it for every little thing. And, well, I think she just didn't want Jamie to be in the wedding, and she wanted her friend in Colorado to be in it, and she wanted her friend's kids to be in it. Well, no, the only reason her friend's kids would be in it instead of your other grandchildren is because your daughter pulled them out, right? Exactly. And she said, well, her friend in Colorado is going to be the maid of honor. And then she said, oh, on the invitations, well, I called every single person and none of them were able to make it. Now watch this dig. She gets in there and she goes, so what was I supposed to do? I don't know. She said, and it's true. Nobody came to her bridal shower because obviously they didn't want to be there. Only one person came, and that was it. So she wants to get a little dig in there. And then she says, she's explained about the wedding, and then there was the birthday party. But she says that her family went to I believe it was only 2 family members that went to the wedding. I believe it was the grandmother and an uncle, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then she says Ronnie was going to go to the birthday party, and I already knew I was not going to go. I was not going to go after she accused me of trying to kill Cece. And I said, I'm not going, but Ronnie, you can go ahead. So he was going until that morning, and then she said that Shanann started posting about the nut stuff, and she said, and Ronnie came and told her and said, she really doesn't want us there. She doesn't want us there because she's posting this. And Ronnie said, I'm not going. And I said, well, that's fair enough. Let's see. And then she said, I mean, a lot of people just go and do it, I don't know. I'm not like that. I don't know what to say. I do know. And then the interviewer says, Ronnie said he regrets it. And she says, well, I know we didn't go because we weren't welcome to be there. How can you go to a place that you're not welcome to be there? We couldn't go to the wedding because we weren't welcome there. We couldn't go to, and she gets it wrong, Cece's birthday, because we were not welcome there. And we couldn't go to the funeral. Now this is ridiculous, okay? This part is so freaking ridiculous. And this what I'm going to go over now is what compelled me to talk about this, because I thought I dreamt this last night. I said I can't, because she cannot be what she just said, but she did. I've listened to it multiple times. She said, I don't see why people can't see that. Maybe we should have been braver and just did it. But how can you do something like that when in my mind and in Ronnie's mind, we believe that Shanann killed the girls? That's what we believed. And then she says, we believe that. And I don't know how you do that. And then he starts to talk and she goes, we believe that. No past tense. She says, we believe that. It's eerie, and she throws it in there like a snake. And if you heard it, and I can't see the chat, but if you heard it, put a 2 in the chat. It's eerie. She says the past tense twice. And then as the interviewer goes to start to talk, she goes, we believe that. It's eerie. It's unsettling. It's downright disgusting. It's downright disgusting. And that's probably the worst thing that you could ever hear out of her mouth. It's horrendous. So then she says, and the other thing is, let's say she believed that, right? Like she said, why would that stop you from going to your grandchildren's funeral? You should have wanted to be there no matter what. Did it? That makes no sense. Just like the birthday party was about Cece. So she says, they start talking about that 10 pages in the discovery. And it makes her sick to read it, so she didn't read it. And she said that Jamie showed her the first page, and I just said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Again, that's not a letter written to you. That's something the CBI told Sandy to do. She had no idea where that would end up. So stop acting like this was written, a couple of weeks ago and read out as a speech somewhere. She never sat and read this out to anyone. She goes, the first page, and I said, I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to read anymore. And that was enough to set me off, because they're only getting what Shanann says. And believe me, Sandy knows, she says, and Frank knows how Shanann was. Of course they know how Shanann was. She was a beautiful person, just like her mother, just like her family, just like you see. Okay? You know who your son was? A murderer. Right? Killed his whole family. You better check yourself, Cindy, and get in touch with yourself, because everything you say like this is disgusting. But she says that, and believe me, oh, Sandy knows and Frank knows how Shanann was. They absolutely told me over and over what a wonderful person Chris was and how lucky she was to have him in her life. Yeah, they said that. Yeah, that's what they thought. Okay, that's what they thought. And then they say that she was so lucky to have him in her life until she wasn't. Until she wasn't. Okay, then there's very troubling people in these chats. And as I've said to you, a lot of my hate does stem from groups like this that originated on Facebook and stuff. And it's all been connected back. It was interesting to see who's in some of these chats. Some people that tout themselves as very Christian people are in these chats. In these chats, doing, the most Christian things, right? Ripping apart a murdered woman, ripping apart victims, right? That the most Christian people are over there doing that stuff. It's very interesting. But anyway, I want to touch on something else. They say that there were CPS reports and that Shanann couldn't be alone with her children. That stuff originated from Miss Mensa, and it's totally 100% false. When someone goes missing, the first thing the police do are check if there's any DV incidents, and they check if there's any CPS incidents. And none. Zero, zip, nada. Now, there is something in the discovery about CPS that people have tried to twist it. But look at the dates. That is about the murder of the children. That was logged into a CPS report. And Chris Watts is the subject that did that to the children. Chris Watts. But they will twist and turn. Shanann never had any CPS investigation. She was never stipulated that she couldn't be alone with her children. And all of you that spread that, you really, oh boy, should really understand yourselves. Okay, now I'm going to come back to the chat and I'm going to look at what's going on, because I hear a lot of stuff going on over here. Oh shoot, now I lost my thing. Hold on a minute, I'm so sorry. I went to go back to the live chat and I lost it. Okay. Let me go over here and I'll come back in. Okay, so Kevin is giving memberships here. Thank you, Kevin, for gifting the memberships. Thank you very much. He's 10 Ramblers. Okay, who'd we get here? We got Kellyanne J, Kelly Sweetheart, welcome. Deanna Greenlee, welcome. R. Brian. Oh, and Cheever, you're going to get in troubles. Pet Nanny Nancy. Hi 61. Oh, Awesome Girl 54. J.A., good to see you. Sherry, wonderful. Hi, Cranky Babishka. Why they're posting a number 2 if they heard Cindy say that believe thing. Let me see. Hi. This little lady Di. Hi, little lady Di. I haven't seen you in a very long time. How are you? So I'm glad that you could all make it here. If anybody wants to call in and say something about this interview, you're more than welcome to say anything, to ask any questions, even if you have a different opposing view, as long as you don't be abusive to any of the victims and you say it civilly, you can most certainly call in, and then you would just email. Let me see. So we have Alties Life, Anti-Millions, Cozy Dozy Duds, Hi Cranky, Debbie L, Gianna Marie, Kelly Ann J, Kevin Leonard, Linda, Margot, Nurse of All Trades, good to see you. Little Lady Di, Rough and Ready, Shay, good to see you. Snow Remover, Oliver. Hi, everybody. So I think I will open up the panel, and then anybody that's watched can, let's see. David Cote was gifted a membership. How do I find the interview? Let me see. Liza Ward, Lori Ann. Tawanda, you got a membership. French Fry. Kevin, that you're being silly now. Thank you so much. That is really nice of you. Thank you so much, but step away. I don't want you to go overward. Spanky, French fry to Wanda. Thank you so much, Kevin. That's very nice. 20 new members. Beautiful. And membership, hi Video Reel. Membership is a really good way to support the channel because, hey, Judy with an I just asked about you yesterday. Are you feeling better? K-Love, hi, how are you? Welcome all of our new members. Kevin, are you going to sing to all of these people? Okay, so let me open up the Zoom, and that way anybody that's watched the interview could come on and give their thoughts. And so I'm just trying to think about, I have to go and I have to click out and say leave. And don't worry, don't get upset. I'm coming right back. And I have to end the other meeting and I have to put the number in. We needed a new Zoom anyway, so we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Invite. Copy. Invite. Yeah, and if you're not, if you want to just email, if you want to come on and speak, you can come on and speak about it. And let me just quickly do that. Oh, I've got good news for everybody. Kevin, remind me about the good news. It's about a message board. It's not to everybody. It's just to our mods. Sorry. Okay. Liz Tops, a member for 30 months, a Rambler special agent. Oh, wow. Thank you, Liz Tops. So we appreciate that you're a Rambler special agent. Hello, Elle.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
I just wanted to say something, if it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
You know, this woman is really evil. What if Shanann wasn't lying? What if those children did have an allergy? Those are her granddaughters. Why was she willing to risk it?
But Shanann wasn't lying.
I know Shanann wasn't lying.
Oh, okay. You're saying.
But even because of her belief is that Shanann was lying.
Right, right.
Why would she take the chance?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's so serious.
Exactly. And eating chocolate is not the same as eating tree nuts. It's not the same as, depending on what your allergy is. Yeah, it's why take a chance. But she was just so hell-bent that, she's lying. So, yeah. Thank you, Adventures with Beth, member for 3 months. Cool. So, hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Hi, Linda. Do you have something to say?
For me?
Yeah. You saw the interview. Any thoughts?
Yeah. I can't say what I think of.
Oh. But she should probably just stop talking.
Absolutely.
Oh, because at the end she says, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble with my family. And you conveniently don't hear a goodbye to Ronnie or Ron. So I think maybe, who knows, the daughter might have been saying, what are you letting her on there again for? Or he's against it as well, because his son isn't speaking to him the way he would like, because his mother's obsessed with trying to vindicate him in something. And what I was going to say is, not only is he responsible, and we are going to listen to the part, and I do want you to hear it, about where he does say this, but he had to get the kids through these oil hatches that were about 8 inches in diameter. And in order to do that, he had to step on their heads to push them down these tiny, tiny oil hatches. And doing so, Bella had a dislocated arm, and Cece had things that happened to her in trying to go down there. But you could not, how could you even try to convince yourself that your son didn't kill these children, but then he did something so horrific. Like, what kind of parent could do that and shove them through? He just wanted to be done with them. And that's who her son is. That's who he is. And he can write all these prayers and everything like that. Well, you know, God can deal with that, with him and his truth and all of that. That's, you know, that's not for us. But how? I mean, it's ridiculous. She needs a lot of help, is what I'll say. But I do want to just cue that up, just so that, you know, he himself has asked, stop. You know, just stop with all of this stuff that they're doing. And his parents don't even want to talk to him, or maybe the mother, more or less than to try to grill him and find something she can hold on to that he didn't do this. And yeah, and I imagine, yeah, it's not a good thing to be dealing with that. I don't know any parent in the world that would ever want to be in that position where they give birth to a child and raise a child that does such a horrific thing. Yeah, and there's a lot of guilt and a lot of everything around that whole thing. So why would, but then just stop. Just stop. You know, your family's asking you to stop. You say that she's sheltering your grandchildren. There's a reason, but it's sheltering from something else, and you just keep going out and slandering someone who can't defend themselves. So hang on, let me get this. So I just want to play this part so that there is no, because this is the part that's like horrifically, and you know what I thought of the, well, I didn't, I was talking, and the Anthonys have taken a lie detector. So I'll propose something to Cindy. Why don't you and Ronnie take a lie detector like the Anthonys on some of this stuff that you go around touting? All kinds of stuff about, like, maybe if anybody gave Chris any kind of medication that would have made Shanann so sick when he went to North Carolina and she got so sick after he came there. Why don't you take a lie detector about that? Or if you had any knowledge of things or any of that, maybe do that instead of just sitting there. Go take that lie detector, because I'm sure you're telling the absolute truth. Your son was a self-described truth teller, wasn't he? So yeah, see what happens there. Go do that. Maybe, I don't know, contact who did that thing, Discovery or something. See if they'll take you and do your lie detector. I don't know, maybe check it out. Okay, let me see if I know why I didn't use it in the videos. So yeah, I wonder if they will do that. You think that's a good idea? Put it in the chat if you think that's a good idea. They take the lie detector like the Anthonys. Okay, so I think that, let's see. This is Chris wants full confession. This is part 1 and part 2. Let's see what's on part 2 here.
There it is.
she accused you of cheating at that point? So what'd she say?
She's like, I knew there was somebody else. I knew there was somebody else. I didn't
Let's hear
come out to
if
say
he says that that he didn't
that
do
there is
this.
somebody else, but she obviously already knew.
Then your response to that was what? Did she say no, there's not? Did you deny it?
I believe I just denied it, but I mean, at that point, because when she would accuse me at the beach, it was a lot of like, there's nobody else, there's nobody else, or like, and when we got back home, she always like said, there's gotta be somebody else, because she'd always talk to her friends like Christina or somebody on text messaging. And they'd always say, there's gotta be somebody else if he's not wanting to sleep with you, like he's getting it from somewhere else, and there's nowhere else. I mean, she couldn't really say I would get anywhere else because I was using those uncharted gift cards, so it's kind of like, she just made me getting distant, but she knew, and that's mainly the reason why I talked to her, because I knew, like, after that night, it was just like, it felt like, I just felt guilty, more guilty than ever before.
Okay. And then it seems to me, and sorry, I have a lot of thoughts here. So we know what happened, and we can talk about it today kind of openly, and that's what we need from you, is to just kind of say, I know it sounds bad, or I know this, or I know I feel this way, but physically this is exactly what happened. So if you can tell us that, it seems then that it would have had to been a pretty quick transition from two people talking to this, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was like, I don't want to, like, trying to think of the last things we were talking about, but it was, like, I love you anymore, and then she was like, you're never going to see the kisses.
Oh,
That was it.
that's perfect, Chris. That's exactly what we need. Okay. And I know it's hard to walk through that again, but that's exactly what we need. So then, as soon as she started talking like that, then it was on. Okay.
But it was you saying that you didn't love her, is that right? Okay.
And her saying you're never going to see the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. I can imagine how that made you feel. Sorry.
It did more than what it did.
Yeah. And
It
then
didn't warrant
the
what I
fact that
did.
She didn't.
And I don't even believe she
scratch
said that at
shit
all.
Or anything. Is that just because it was so powerful?
I don't think it, I mean, it didn't feel like I've never done that before, but
I've never done that before.
I don't even know what kind of force I was putting on her neck.
Okay.
Like I said, 2 to 4 minutes, I don't know if that was 2 to 4 minutes.
Did you cover her face at all during that time?
Both hands on the neck. Okay. And so, if it's done right, I mean, that can be a matter of seconds before someone on their carotid loses oxygen to their brain and it's out, right? Did it seem like it was that quick, or? Okay, maybe a minute, maybe 2. Okay. Screaming? Okay. All right. Did you see eyes go bloodshot or anything like that? Okay. And
You
then,
kept talking about the mascara. Did you see mascara on her face?
It looked like it was like, that's what I attributed it to.
Was she crying? Is that why? At what point did she start crying?
When I'm talking about the relationship, about not being compatible.
Okay, we know he killed her, right? So Cindy has a hard time believing that he killed his kids.
I wasn't good at the whole, like, hey, you go do this, you go do that, while I sit over here. And
You see what it looks like to
I
us,
know, it's like,
when it came up, we're
I
like
know.
making plans to be out there, that day.
but that's not what it was. That was
I was
natural.
no. I was gonna help him.
So how long were you there? What time do you think you were done with the girls?
I don't really so, I mean,
So his girls are...
No, you stopped her in.
no.
Okay. And then close the hatch.
Okay, there he goes.
Did you feel uncomfortable to tell me that they were not alive at that point? Okay.
Wasn't it a video or anything?
It's hard to see. And I believe you. I'm just, I'm trying to make sure that I'm giving you all the opportunities to be comfortable enough to tell me exactly.
So this is who killed the kids.
Okay.
Trust me, I hear that every day when fellows talk to me. I was like,
Oh, really? What do you mean?
when she said, Daddy, no. when we were driving to the site, she said, "Daddy, it smells."
Oh, okay.
When she was driving to the site, Bella said, "Daddy,
So
it
that
smells."
goes
And
back
every
to
day he hears
maybe
Bella
Shanann
say, "Daddy,
evacuating,
no."
so-
I don't know if it was that. They know that smell like a skunk maybe sometimes.
Oh,
That's what I got some kind of smell that way, but I don't know what that was from.
and was that maybe outside the truck or was that in?
I don't know.
Okay. What did you guys talk about on the way out?
They were pretty quiet. They just, laid next to each other.
Okay.
Maybe Bella in her lap and CC in her lap, just back and forth.
Oh, okay. Straighten off like little ones do. Okay. Were they awake?
I think one would kind of fall asleep, the other one, CC would, they kind of trade off back and forth.
Were they talking to you?
Just about, just saying, "Daddy, it smells."
Oh, okay.
It was early in the morning, they showed up there early.
Yeah. Okay.
So you didn't have to wake CC up?
There was the noise from trying to get Shanann down the stairs.
Did she kind of fall down the stairs?
It was more of like trying to get her down and, from the steps, maybe her foot hit the next step kind of thing. They're like sleepers.
So then, once you get to the site, tell me what happens.
So I get to that one site and I get Shanann out to that. Go over to the park right outside the site there.
Okay.
And the girls just go in my truck.
Okay.
Did they ask you what you were doing, taking mommy out, or?
Yeah, I don't remember what I told them, but they did ask that.
What they say specifically?
It was more like, what are you doing to mommy?
Okay. And then is that when you buried her?
I don't remember if I dug a hole there first or, but they didn't watch me do that.
Okay. So then pulled Shanann out, she's maybe just sitting there on top of the ground,
Yeah, like off to the side.
off to the side, close to where she ended up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then the girls, right? Okay. You mentioned Bella was first. Cece was first, okay. Where exactly was she when it happened?
In the back seat.
Okay, was she just right next to Bella?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so once again, was it a hand over her face? Was it
There was a blanket over and my hand.
in your hand? Okay. And then, so that just stopped her from breathing type thing? Okay, did she struggle at all?
I don't think so, but I was blocking her face and my hand was right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had one hand here and one hand over her mouth?
And were you just pushing her against the back of the seat type thing? Okay. What was Bella doing?
She was sitting there next to it. She didn't know what was going on.
Okay. Could she see you? Okay. And then, did that take a minute or two?
Didn't feel it. Nothing. I had no concept at the time at this
Okay.
point.
Okay. Tell me about what you were thinking.
I was thinking this would have
Yeah.
or any partial hint of what I feel for those girls and what I feel for my wife, but none of this would have happened. So I wasn't thinking.
Okay. So she's in the back seat. Okay. And then once she's gone, then is it Bella next, or did you pull Cece out?
I pulled CC out.
Okay, so once Cece's gone, Bella's still there in the car alive, and then you pulled Cece out. What did you do with her? Okay. So she went into the tank, and Bella was still in the back of the truck alive. Okay. With regard to that tank, did you bring up Cece, put her down, open the hatch?
Brought her up, opened the hatch.
Put her in. Okay. When we talked the very first time we met, when we were talking about this, it was a matter of just lowering her down. Okay, and so she went into feet first. Okay. Was she able to fit pretty well? Was it snug?
I think so.
Okay. Did you have to move her around a little bit and get her in there?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't have to hit her, like, you know, anything like that.
It's not like he stomped her in?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then closed the hatch?
Yes.
Okay. And then went down to Bella. Tell me what happened there.
She said, what happened to Cece? First, yes, it was the same thing, the exact same thing that happened to me as Cece.
Did she ask you that? Okay. So Bella's pretty smart. How did she sound when she asked you that, Grace?
She said that soft voice she always had.
And what exactly did she say?
She said exactly the same thing that happened to me as Cece. And then I said, I don't even remember what I said.
He doesn't remember what he
If I
said.
said yes, like a horrible person, or if I
Like a horrible person.
put that blanket over her too, did the same thing.
Same blanket, same way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said, no, Daddy. And that's the last thing she said.
Did she say no daddy, like, please no daddy type thing? Did she say, don't do it?
And she said, no, Daddy.
Okay. Same way, hand on neck, hand over mouth, or hand over blanket, which is over mouth. Okay. Did that take a couple minutes?
Don't like it.
Okay.
He has no idea of the time.
Okay, what?
But he killed both of his children. Is anybody here in the chat confused about who killed Bella and Celeste? Anybody confused?
Nope.
Does anyone believe that Chris did not kill the children? Okay, and the people that say, well, he should have just got a divorce, the reason he didn't even consider that was because he was too concerned about how he would look. And that's why in this interview he says, people always said I was a nice guy. They never said anything bad about me. And I hope that they don't judge me on this one thing. This one thing. I hope that they go back to, you know, how they used to speak about me. No, you will be judged on this one thing. That's all people will remember, Chris. He was such a narcissist that's the reason he did that. And he did it because he wanted to be a victim. If he left his wife when she was 15 weeks pregnant with 2 little girls, people would have forever said, well, can't you go to counseling? Can't you try to make it work out? Can't you do, you know, something? And wait, why is it ending? Because you're having an affair with somebody at your work site? You mean you were cheating on your wife? You mean you were cheating on her while she was away with her family? Oh, you're a terrible guy. You're a rotten guy. You're the scum of the earth, right? That's what he would have got. But if his family vanished, if his family disappeared, people would be coming over with, here, have a casserole. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hugging him, crying with him. Can we do anything for you? And then he could have kept that relationship quiet for a while, and then after a while say, oh, yeah, we want him to be happy. Look, he found someone. That's the reason that he went that route. Because he's very, very concerned with his image and what people think of him. That's why he wanted to be a victim, and he thought, but he didn't think, he thought he'd come home and he was going to get things cleaned up and take care of stuff, but it just didn't work out because he didn't count on either that he wasn't able to get into her phone, didn't have the wherewithal to think like, okay, well, maybe I can text everybody with my phone and say that I'm Shanann and I dropped my phone and I have Chris's, but I don't feel good and please leave me alone. I want to rest today, blah, 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 blah. He didn't think like that. He just went off, and then he started getting the calls from Nicole Atkinson and then their other friends, and that was it. And it was over. And on the 15th, he's arrested, right? So, yeah. there's that. So anybody that wants to call in or say anything about that interview or whatever, you're welcome to. Cindy would score the same as something, I don't know. Hi, Foxy Bot. Let me see what Oliver's saying. Oliver's saying, Oliver says he's weak and empty. Let's see. Burnt popcorn, hi. Teresa, hi. He probably planned on putting them in there. So gross. No one in the family has any empathy. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Strangers and officials have cried over Shanann and the babies more than Chris and his mommy have. Foxybot says his lack of remorse is what people should be afraid of. Mr. Lightbulb Head is without empathy. He is such a weak sauce punk. He wants to still be seen as the good guy. Exactly, Foxy. I was right when I said he displayed avoidant personality disorder. He still wants to be seen as the victim. Yeah, he wanted to be a victim of someone whose family disappears. Chris Watts did all that for a piece of, you betcha.
Exactly. I wanted to say it, but I thought.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
That's so unbelievable. Yeah. Hey, Juanita. Good to see you. Yeah, I didn't want to listen to all of his lies, but I wanted to play that so you could see that exactly who he is.
Carolyn, of
What?
taking all your Watts stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And say after you sign off for the night or whatever, just starting it and just letting it play. Let people come in and watch. I think people, I mean, you covered that so thoroughly. You went completely by discovery. You didn't interject, facts that weren't there. I think people, your work was very good on this. It was really good.
Yeah. I just got so into that, and I didn't even realize that, like, I wasn't even doing it to do this, and then my blog was not going, and I just made that first video, and I never believed, like, that was the craziest thing that happened, but, yeah. Bink, did you want to come up and say anything? I know you had a lot of thoughts on this, but Ruff or who else? Anybody else that wants to call in? Kama Sutra, good to see you. Let's see who. Thanks, Cranky. Have they ever talked? No, they don't. They don't talk to. No, they don't. Yeah, Oliver, when you go on and like you're still saying things about, why is she going out of her way to even go onto YouTube to slander Shanann some more? Like, what is she expecting is going to come out of that? Why did she get off there? She must not have got off there with a good feeling. To get off there with a feeling that, oh, I'm going to be in trouble with my family. Why are you going to be in trouble with your family? Because they don't want you doing this?
No doubt.
Yeah, because, yeah. I mean, I probably not. She wants attention, but I think she wants to vindicate her son in this. And anybody that says that there's other people involved, and all of that is just nothing more than writing new seasons into true crime cases, and this is not the only case we see this in. The Summer Wells case is not about Summer Wells at all. It's about, what do they call them? Tragedy pimps. Tragedy pimps trying to extend a case with a captive audience, and it's become about everybody else other than Summer. That Summer Wells case is not about Summer. There's a lot of cases, like Idaho 4 has taken on a new life. When even nothing is happening, you've got people that create fake insiders and all of that stuff, and it's all of like the most sleazy tactics. It's disgusting. And not realizing this is not a show. If you're so interested in that, then why don't you work on writing a screenplay or something? Go write a show. But don't try to pretend with people's lives. The monster admitted it, and hey, gosh, Shar, I haven't seen you in ages. You used to have 2 different names, I remember. I forget, what was the other one? I used to see you all the time. Nice to see you. Hi, Ruff.
Hi, Rob.
Hey.
Hey, do you want to say something?
Hey. When I was listening to her read that letter, Cindy.
Oh, the prayer, you mean? Chris's prayers?
The prayer. It's more like a letter.
Mm-hmm.
When did she come up with that little whiny child voice?
She does that. I hear she does that when she's lying. She gets that little babyish voice.
I
Yeah,
was that too. I'm like, this is not her voice. What's going
Right.
on here?
I know. It was like she was a completely different person.
Yeah, yep. Little baby voice.
Yeah,
And Carolyn,
little,
about
like,
putting.
innocent.
Go ahead, Rob.
No, I'm done.
Oh, Shanann, the reason why the mother, Cindy Watts, is trying to put it all on Shanann is because there are a few idiots that follow Chris and that believe this. She's trying to get more brainless people into the bunch. She's campaigning for him because she can't
Yeah,
stand the
but
fact
even and even this creator that's interviewing her says he's washed his hands of Chris because Chris is saying, no, stop this, And he's saying that Chris cares more about the Rusak family than his own, and he's so disrespectful to his parents. But it's the fact that he's telling his mother not to do this. Stop with this YouTube crap. And I'll tell you something, and I've heard this, that if you want to write seriously to Chris Watts and ask him the truth, he'll write it to you. But they don't want you to do that. Okay? Ask him how he feels about his mother on these channels. Ask him if he killed his children. I'm totally serious. Go ahead and do it.
Tempting, but I wouldn't want to waste the stamp.
Yeah.
He's already
But-
admitted it. I mean,
Right,
he's already
I
said
know,
it.
but I'm saying for any of them that are even harboring like a little bit that, they're like, how is he on his appeal that he didn't do? No, that's all over and done. He did this. He's where he belongs. Move it along. Stop, they're digging into like the DA is crooked. Everybody's crooked. They go to attack Nicole Atkinson, her son. Anybody that doesn't fit their narrative. They just have to get out, Baumhofer. They're all horrible. They did a horrible job. Everybody was in cahoots. Everybody. They're going to solve this case. They all sitting in Australia. They don't even know our laws. Oh, they came here one time and went here, but they're going to solve this now. They know this. It's ridiculous.
but she cannot face the fact that he did it.
No, she can't.
Can't
she
face the
can't.
fact.
She
can
can face the fact that he might have killed Shanann,
Right,
but she can't face the fact that he killed his children.
Right.
right.
That's
Well,
what.
and Shanann deserved it anyway, right? That's
Well,
her.
according to her
Yeah,
and Ron.
Sick woman.
right. You know.
I don't get how they didn't show up for the funeral. There is absolutely nothing that would keep me away from my grandchild's funerals, no matter what happened, no matter how I felt about the mother. Your son was still there. Your grandchildren were still there, lying in coffins. Like, how could you not go there?
Oh, there's you need to go back, Ellen.
Alty's life, I'll answer that to you. So you say, so nobody believes NK was involved at all. Believe me, okay? And you take this to the bank. Sandy's my friend, but Sandy is a person that if NK was involved, she wouldn't sit back and let her get off. So every rock was turned. Every single thing was reviewed. They poured over interviews that you didn't even see. Searches of vehicles that you don't know about. All of this stuff. She wasn't involved. Was she the catalyst? Was she the reason that he did all this? Yeah. Did she have her hand in any of it? No. Could she have been coming over that night to help him clean this up? Quite possibly, because Jim came in then too. But there is nothing there that ties them in any way to this. This is all Chris Watts. All Chris Watts. He's the one that did it. That's it. And there's nobody protecting NK. And the last people that would protect her would be the Rusaks. Okay? So, believe me, they verified that every single rock had been turned over on that person and anyone connected to her. The phone pinging in the morning would ping from her route to work. There's nothing odd about that. She was not there. She was not there. And anyone that still continues on with that is, again, like some other guy that told you that they were getting a billboard up there and she was going to be arrested in 2 weeks, and that he knew someone in the DA's office that knew this, and then had to come on YouTube and tell everybody that he was a liar. And that wasn't true after he had collected money for a billboard and all of this stuff. It's all lies. It's all lies. Like
I don't
any
know why
normal
they won't let
person,
it go.
I thought too. A lot of people, when they first started the case, thought that too. So did I. But
I did too.
it's not there.
I really did.
Mm-hmm.
But she had been to that house. Absolutely.
Oh, she was at that house, and she did admit going to that house. Absolutely. And I do believe, I'm one of the people that believe that if nobody had checked up on him, she would have helped him clean all that up. To get that car off a cliff, to get everything cleaned up. I believe it 100%. I believe that Dieter was going to go to her. That's why he had been spared. I think she wanted that dog like a trophy. Oh, 100%. But it didn't happen. So, yep, because that guy, Jim, coming into town for just that little bit of time, I think that guy, Jim, was probably going to help him too. But
Oh, yeah. I think so, too.
I do. But it didn't happen.
Oh, this was planned.
You know what? Did they ever, in the Discovery, include an interview with him, Jim?
No.
Did
Remember?
they ever do one with him?
I don't know. If they did, they kept it quiet. But they checked out everything. They weren't there.
And with her friend too.
Charlotte, I think her
Yeah,
name
they
is,
were supposed to interview her.
They did. I believe they did do Charlotte.
But none of that's come out in Discovery.
Not the interview itself, but that they did. But they can't.
But no, I think he did it all by his lonesome.
He did.
Yeah.
And he didn't think
He
it
did,
through.
and she cut ties as soon as she heard that. She just cut ties. and then decided to go to the police and get ahead of it. That was it.
Her saying, I know in her interview
You may be
that
right. Something was off with
she
her
didn't
too.
think it was because
Oh,
he
I'm
met
not saying
some
she is
awesome
bizarre.
woman.
Yeah, I totally. I'm no fan of hers, Foxy, about 100%. I think there was a lot of things she said and did that were crazy, and I think she thought that, like somehow this is like, oh my gosh, he would do this for her, like just made her all inflated with herself that someone would kill his whole family for her. I think in a sick way that, just made her day, if you will. But yeah,
She still has that on her hands. Period.
Well,
yeah,
she
she's a
said in her
catalyst. Yeah,
interview-
absolutely.
She said in her interview, I don't think he just met some amazing woman and took out his whole family. I think it would have happened eventually anyway.
Right, to make herself feel
No.
better, yeah.
I don't
No,
think so.
Absolutely.
Yes,
That's why I blame her. That's
Yeah.
her role.
I do too. And I think she did probably say something about, your kids are always going to be there.
Yeah, well, she
I
did. She
did.
did. She said about the, we're not going to have any firsts. And when
Yeah.
he found out the baby was a boy, he wasn't going to have any first.
Yeah,
So,
but he did it.
and
What
that's
a
another
shock.
thing,
Sure.
But I believe, like, some people have said, well, maybe if she was having a girl, he would have let them live but no, I don't think he's the kind of guy that would have ever asked for a divorce and moved on, because he would have looked like a terrible person. And he didn't want to look like that. He wanted to look like a victim. And so then when Cindy is saying, like, she's so upset because what she says, which is probably never happened, that Shanann was screaming at her, but let's say it even did, that's what she's saying is so traumatizing to these two grandchildren she has. You think that's traumatizing, and it's the whole world knowing who their uncle is not? Come on. She's just like misplacing her all of what she's worried about and tacking it onto something about Shanann and making Shanann this person she wants to take down, when it's really her son that she can't wrap her head around. But when she said, believe, that's what we believe.
Yeah,
Ugh.
she can't accept it. She just can't.
Like,
She cannot.
he darn near gave him permission to do it. As far as
Yeah, my big question in all of this is, where did the was it Norco he gave her?
The Oxy, yeah. That's a
Oxy.
lot.
Where
That's a
did
lot
that
of people's.
come from?
I know. That's what I said. Maybe
And
three
I've
people
never
down there
heard of
should
it.
take a. 3 people down there should take a lie detector test, and
I've
see
never
if.
heard of an 80 milligram. I'm sure they got it, but I've never heard of an 80 milligram. But where did he get it?
Well, there's.
I think he got it from her.
I think he could have got it from someone, maybe in his family, maybe, allegedly. But why don't they take a lie detector test? Why did his sister say she needed a lawyer?
He said, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, no, I didn't know that
Yep.
one.
And I wonder.
I thought I knew everything.
Yeah, well, and why did they write that letter? Remember that letter that they wrote?
Yeah,
And then they had the
yeah.
date and they had that? Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it was
they all-
Jamie's idea, supposedly.
I do believe, yes, I believe that when he got down there, he had a pill that he put into one of her drinks that made her so incredibly ill. Yep.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, makes sense.
They just need to let it go. They're beating this dead horse, and how much more can they pull out? They're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know. an entire channel on this case, and they keep saying, yeah, we're going to find it, we're going to get justice. This makes me so mad. This DA and these crooked cops and all this stuff. Come on. I can't even imagine, like, some case in Australia, and we're all sitting here and saying how crooked everything is. It's just like, I don't even understand this. Hi, Mary. I avoided this case for so long that I came to this channel, and the way Carolyn spoke about got me into it. It's beyond tragic, heartbreaking, and evil. Yeah. I can call the clinic.
It's heartbreaking that they keep doing this. People keep bringing it to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing something new that's a lie. You know, breaking news. There is no more breaking news.
No.
It's over. It's done. He's in prison.
Mel, where's your source for that? Where's your source for that?
I can't read chat.
She
What
said,
was it?
she's calling. She's saying something about NK. Do you have a source for that? Justice, the guy in Australia. Yeah, and you know, that guy, you know, has a lot of stuff in his past with that deleting stuff that, you know, came about, and all of these players that were in that, whatever that Watts Island crap was, where they just all decided who was going to cover. It was all a big coup of who was going to cover what fake part of this case so that they could all make money and all have this content that's all fake, but a whole narrative. You know, we brought that here and exposed it, and they all ran like cockroaches to try to say that it wasn't, they weren't involved in that, but they were all involved in that. And that was going to be the whole summer of Watts Island, was going to be all of their stuff. I know you watch a lot of videos, but I doubt highly that there's a real source for that other than someone that has a narrative about that, though, unfortunately. Yeah. It's been almost 6 years. Yeah, it's been almost 6 years. It's crazy. Cindy. Yeah, I don't know why Cindy is doing this. I don't know who is telling her to do this. Even the guy's face when she said, and I told her you can't always get what you want. He had a look on his face like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And it looks like he tries to get her off as quickly as he can so she doesn't make a fool of herself more than she does.
Yeah, she was telling that to a almost 3-year-old.
Yeah, and then they were both making fun of her having, and she was having her little fit tantrum. I feel incredibly sad for the Rusaks. People won't let them have peace. Exactly, Feather. Not when, you know, people have built this case up into something it's not, and parents want to exonerate their son, and it's so ridiculous. But, I mean, I don't know. That person even implicates the family in things, and a deceased woman, murdered woman in stuff. It's crazy.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
He was given 5 life sentences. Who was the 5th one for?
It was for Nico.
No, that's 4. He was
No,
given
he
5.
doesn't. No, he doesn't have 5. He has. I'll tell you what he has.
It's 5.
He has. I'll tell you exactly what he has. Let me see what he's got. He's got 3 consecutive terms of life. He's sentenced to 5 life terms, but it's, okay, here's how it goes. Let's see. Okay. He received life in prison without the possibility of parole, which will run consecutively for 3 counts of first-degree murder. And then, hold on, and that's for the murders of Shanann, Celeste, and Bella.
Yeah.
And then he's got 2 more, but they're, hold on, one is for the termination of the pregnancy, and the other one, hold on. Oh my goodness. Come on. So it's okay, so let's see here. Oh my gosh, this is loading so slow. Okay. All right, here's what he got. Judge Marcelo Kopkow called the murders the most inhumane and vicious crime that I've handled out of the thousands of cases that I've seen. So he was sentenced to 5 life sentences, 3 consecutive and 2 concurrent, with no possibility of parole. He received an additional 48 years for the unlawful termination of his wife's pregnancy and 36 more years for crimes related to the disposal of the bodies. So, and I know that there is some because the... Let's see here. Three consecutively, 2 concurrent, 3 concurrent. What did they say? Or 2 consecutively?
I wish there'd have been a trial.
Me too.
I think he got off too easy.
This doesn't want to move. Computer's being a jerk and I restarted it. I don't know why it wants to be. He's never getting out, that's for sure. And I think he's pretty comfortable over there.
Oh, I think he is too.
Yeah, better than he would have been in Colorado.
Oh.
They should have taken him back over there.
Send him to a less. I don't know the word.
I don't know whether he's becoming like and his mother. Oh, he has such a way with words.
I did not understand that whole thing. I mean, it went in so many different
Oh,
directions.
I know. It was crazy.
I couldn't follow it. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
I know. But she apparently thought it was just such
Well,
The
a
way she was reading it just like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Oh, yeah.
That little whiny voice.
Run it through the plagiarism software just to see.
He writes
does
so
very-
many. He writes so many prayers.
Which is weird. He took sentence here, a sentence there, and tried to string them together to make something.
You know, he's got so much time, and it's like on those phone calls we were listening to that one time, and he's trying to help Jamie with understanding the Bible because she can't understand it. And, well, I'll help you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, mm-hmm. Oh, mercy. I was obsessed with that case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, everybody here was, I think, most of it. Okay,
I still
so
go back and
it's.
listen to the interviews he does, and I hear something new every
Oh,
time.
I know. 3 counts of
Yeah.
first-degree murder, including an additional 1 count per child as the death of a child that had not attained 12 years of age. That's what it is.
That's right.
And then the extra 48 years, that's for the termination of the pregnancy. But it's because the children were not yet 12 years old, so that's 2 additional.
Oh, there's a question in the chat from
Oh.
Kelly. She wants to know, does anyone know how often the Watts parents visit nowadays?
Is it Chris? Oh, I don't know.
Chris.
I don't know how often. I don't think it's that often. I mean, it's a ways away, and now they have, Zoom. You can have video calls and all that stuff now.
Right.
So they probably. My guess would probably be if they go once or twice a year, if that.
I'd be surprised if they did that.
Yeah, and you don't know too with COVID if they're even how much they're allowed to have that in-person stuff because
And
a
then
lot of
his sisters
friends-
went. If his sisters ever went.
I don't
Oh.
think she ever was there since they went to that thing in Colorado where they talked with him before the plea deal. I don't think she goes out there. She's sheltering her kids from that, the yelling incident she said that happened, but not that, she's more than proud to tell her, scream it from the rooftops who he is.
Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, my brother's a.
Didn't Chris tell a story about how the one nephew got behind the curtains and hid
Yeah.
with her? Well,
Yeah.
Cindy has never said anything about that.
What?
Right, I know, right, that
She's never said that.
exactly, and there's other accounts.
What's this? Do I not know this?
No, just that supposedly when the whole thing was going on, that the one grandchild from Jamie took Bella behind a curtain and said, "Oh, I hope you don't have to go," or something.
I'll never see you again.
Yeah,
And that was Chris's story. But Cindy or Ronnie's never said a word about that story.
no,
And that Cindy had been all over it.
Jeez.
they all have
Probably none of them.
different.
I think they all lie.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
I understand that's your son, and you can love your son, and you can forgive your son, but don't push him down everybody else's throat.
Yeah, like
And
what
try
is
to
the
convince
reason?
us that-
She's just like, well, this guy's using her, and he's promising
know
her
he
he's
is.
going to find somebody else who did this, and she's in an alternate reality that she's going to prove that he didn't do this, and it's ridiculous.
But they're vilifying Shanann in the meantime.
Exactly.
She always has.
She
And the
always-
way she talked about Cece,
Oh
it's
yeah.
almost, Bella's was her favorite, and I think
Right.
Cece was too much like Shanann personality, and
Yeah, yeah. Hello, White Angel. Pieces.
And then the
hello,
implication,
White Angel.
Chris is
But I
cute.
live-
She was just rough.
But I love the gamblers.
Gamblers.
I don't know. Persis 57 says, "Hi, Elle. I haven't been here in a while, but I love the gamblers." I don't know what that
She
is.
must have meant ramblers.
Oh, ramblers. Yeah, gamblers. Wow, I didn't realize. Okay. Crazy. 3 life sentences, 2 life sentences because the kids were 12. Yes, exactly, Les John. And then, yeah, that CPS stuff was all about him doing that to children. That was him, and the people didn't get that. There were people that didn't even know how to read the toxicology reports on the autopsy and didn't see the things that were, there were so many things that were misstated. And love the Ramblers. Oh, okay. I was like, the Gamblers. Oh my gosh.
We'd love
Hi,
to go to
Dina.
Vegas. Don't get us wrong. And then rambling gamblers. How's that?
There you go.
If anybody wants to call in, just let me know if you're not, if you need the number. Let me check if anybody has sent. Where did I put my mail? Here. And Kevin wants us to do something about, there's a lot of scams out there, like I said, so we'll probably be doing a video. Oh, and tomorrow, another thing, the 7 p.m., anybody that's reading the Joan D'Alessandro book, or you just want to talk about it, we're going to be going into a Zoom with them. You could join too, and it is at, let's see, I believe it's 7 p.m., and if you're not in Slack and you want to go, you can just email. So it's the Zoom book discussion, and the last one was very good. And if you want to go, hop on there, then and you're not in Slack, you can just send an email. And I'll get you the number. That's tomorrow at 7. Let's see. Where's the live stream? And then tomorrow we'll be having a community sale. Carolyn, yes, Jazzy, you may ask me a question. You can even come on and ask a question if you would like. But go ahead. I'm looking now at the chat. Hi, Jane Grill. Okay, Debbie L. Sweet dreams. I thought a live on different scams going on is important. Yeah, absolutely. Just waiting for any questions here. Let's see. Waiting for questions. How are you feeling, Mary Warren? Oh, there you go. Carolyn, is it true that Sandy wanted to do? No, Sandy, they wanted the death penalty, the DA. They wanted the death penalty. Sandy said, and she says it in her victim's impact statement, that that is not her choice. And she was against that. She says it with her own mouth. Have you watched the victim's impact statements, Jazzy? The DA and associates flew out to North Carolina, and she cooked for them. They had meatballs and spaghetti and all that stuff, and talked about that. That was not her choice to make. Cindy said she didn't care. She said they don't put anybody to death in Colorado, and she thought he should fight. That's what she said. Cindy.
How can they not watch his confession and see that they gave him the idea about Shanann? I mean, it's so obvious.
Right.
Yeah. You will never ever wrap your head around why children had to lose their lives because daddy doesn't love mommy anymore, or why you have to lose your life because your spouse doesn't want you. Right, Feather, because he wanted to look like a victim and not like somebody that threw his marriage and his kids away, like, you know, even through divorce, which I guess is so hard to wrap your head around, because that would be so terrible in his mind that anybody would think that he would do that, so that he was willing to murder his whole family in order to look like a better guy. It makes no sense. You can't wrap your head around it. It's just crazy.
All about appearances.
And it's as crazy as him writing then this prayer about gone too soon, or taken too soon, when he took poor people too soon. But he's writing as if, you know, I mean, it's I don't know. So you can't make sense of it. There's no sense in it. Yeah, I did. That's what I thought. Then I heard Cindy wanted it. Yeah, Cindy said, I don't care. I don't want him to take the plea deal just because, you know, they'll take the death penalty off the table. No, she goes, I want him to fight. I want him to fight.
Should have had a trial.
She wanted one. Cindy wanted one. As she said it on the phone calls, too.
He didn't.
Yeah. No. He didn't.
You gotta give him that. He didn't want everybody to think Shanann did it. you know?
Well, he also didn't want pics. He knew that, okay, if he went to trial, they would have to show the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
That was the thing. And they also told him that they're going to have to show him to him ahead of time, so he doesn't make any, like, reaction in court.
Yeah.
And he didn't want that. He didn't
didn't
want
wanna see
everyone to see what he did to his
Right.
family.
Yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't really
Well-
about sparing anybody, but sparing himself.
True.
He's all about appearances, that guy.
Well, it's not even that bad some.
Why do you think? Oh, yeah, that's exactly why I think he took the deal there, Feather. He didn't want anyone to see what he did, or have to face that. Have to have people gasp, you know, the jurors to go tell their stories about how horrific it is. It's bad enough that all the people in that recovery were affected so horrifically from that, but he didn't want that, like, broadcast all over the place. Hi, Renee Gooden. Not what he wanted. That's why he took that. I think the Colemans hate their daughter-in-law more than the Watts, which is a morbid personality. Yeah, well, they're very, very similar. In fact, I have a video about how similar they are. Hi, Linda. Carolyn, my niece was murdered in September, and the prosecutor, attorney general, and his defense lawyer still don't have the evidence. They have postponed the preliminary twice now. Really? Oh my gosh. If you want to email me what the case is, I'm so sorry. What state was that in, Linda? That's horrible. How old was she? Was she married to, did she know the murderer? Was it an ex-boyfriend, husband? That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Yeah, then right, they say, exactly, Meliel, they say Shanann's all about appearances, right? White Angel says, I cried so much over those girls. All three were so full of life. He's the most disgusting, evil person. He makes me sick to my stomach to think he stuffed them down 8-inch holes. Yeah.
Oh.
I just now got into work and really talk about it. Okay, well, you can send me, if you want to send me an email, my email's in every video description. Just don't send it to the Mommy Ramblings one. I haven't checked that one. I'm so far behind on that. Send it to the True Crime Chat. Please. He's perfectly comfortable allowing people to still blame. Well, yeah, I don't know how perfectly comfortable he is, Feather, because in that, on that channel, there's a video about the DA, and if you go towards the end, that creator is very, very upset about what Chris is doing, and he doesn't want people saying that stuff. It's his family, it's his mother in particular that is going and doing this. I think even his father's pulling away from it because he wants to keep talking to his son. I don't think his son is too happy at all. And I don't think that their daughter wants them doing this. Linda, I'll give it to you here. At all. Sorry, I am almost a victim. Son was also murdered in 2013. Yeah, Linda, sorry. Video real? So yeah, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone when I saw that on my phone, and I'm just like, and then even when I woke up fully, I'm like, that didn't really happen. Then I looked, and it was in history, and it really was. And so why in the world is she doing this crap? So Cindy is like a bulldozer. Seems her family allows her to run over everyone. Well, it seems like as soon as she got all that out, then she just said, hang on, I gotta get my phone, said that her family was going to be upset with her the next day, but she did it anyway, you know. She had to get that stuff out. Thinks that it's really great that she introduced, oh yeah, that when they went shopping at Walmart, she, you know, knew people and she introduced Shanann to people, right? Yeah,
So
What was
absolutely.
that all about? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Just like, you know, like as if like I have no idea.
Yeah, where did that come from?
That means she liked her.
Okay, send me
Right.
those people. They just, that she needs to move on and let it go and just, I don't know.
She won't. She can't do that.
There are people that just can't do that. They're like that. The hate seeds in their heart.
Yeah, I don't think she could survive if she had to face the truth.
No.
Well, they say it's the quiet ones you have to worry about.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Cindy is not quiet.
No, but she always says, he was such a quiet kid.
Oh, no, you know.
She's always pushing that. Every time she gets an interview, he was such a good kid. I just don't understand.
And reading that shameful poem is horrible. after what he's done, to read that out loud to the public.
Yeah.
Al?
Yeah.
I don't think you meant to comment on something there, because Mel Yell said something like, yeah, and they said Shanann's all about appearances, and you said, oh, heck yeah, conceited as,
I was talking about Chris.
yeah,
all about
but look at,
conceited as hell.
but you commented to Mel Yell, and Mel Yell was talking about Shanann. Look,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that at all. Let me erase it. Where is it?
it's up there. It said, yeah, right at 1 o'clock, you said, right, Mel Yell, all the way conceited as heck. But I don't think you're talking about Shanann.
No. Oh, I thought. And they say Shanann is all about appearances.
You see?
Oh, yeah, I can see how it's misunderstood. I'm sorry. I meant Chris was, not Shanann. No way.
Such.
Chris was very conceited and was all about appearances.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
so
he don't
sorry.
want anybody to think he's a monster.
No, right.
Well, no, Chris, you're just the sweetest boy. You were such a good kid.
He only made that one mistake. I mean, if you could look past
Yeah,
that.
don't judge him on
Yeah,
that
just,
one little thing.
just one mistake his whole life. One.
Oops.
What?
Make one mistake. Oops.
Oh,
It was
Oops.
not.
Only made one mistake.
you're
Right.
having over
I agree with you, Feather.
Judge me on that alone.
having anxiety over the petition.
That's how stupid he really is, as far as I'm concerned.
Renee, I don't know what you mean.
Fox Pot. Yeah,
Right.
I know it's hard it would be so hard for me to accept it, but I think I'd keep my mouth shut and just, I wouldn't go out in the public like they do and try to convince everybody, oh, it wasn't him. I'll never believe he did it.
You can believe whatever you want to believe,
She
Cindy.
still thinks he's covering for Shanann. I don't understand him, but whatever.
And she strangled herself, put herself in a shelter.
Yeah.
Push those kids to the top. No, never.
Okay, so, all right, so let me see. You're having anxiety? I don't know, Renee, I don't know what that means. What petition? Is there somebody that's holding out a petition about prosecuting NK? That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I know what you mean now. Yeah, White Angel, I just wanted to clear it up because you never know. There's a lot of eyes that watch, and
Right.
that'll
Right.
be the next thing.
No, I'm sorry. Unequivocally, I meant Chris.
Why not get a divorce, Renee? The thing is, exactly what we just said. To him, he'd look like a bad guy. But if he could make it so that his family disappeared, he'd be a victim. That's why.
Right.
But, it was put out there that they were having trouble for such a short time. How could you convince everybody
Oh,
that?
I don't even think they were having
that-
trouble until that he got with another woman.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't- yeah.
it wasn't really
Yeah.
trouble. It was it was cheating. He had another
Yeah.
woman, right?
Right.
But I'm saying until right before he did what he did, he started putting out to his family.
Oh, yeah. He
And,
never said he
that's
had
what I mean,
issues.
yeah.
Exactly, until then.
exactly.
And then,
Like, okay, you're gonna have that little short span of time, and then your wife and kids disappear. No, no one's gonna believe that.
yes.
What in that world did he think he was gonna say?
Right.
And here's the thing, Ruff. His emotions were really, really suspect because he didn't even know how he's supposed to feel. You know, he had to look
Yeah.
up, you know, different feelings, how you're supposed to feel about this or that. It was crazy. I don't know. He was missing something big.
He was missing a whole lot.
Do I think they had a fight, battery exhausted? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, I really do think he just, I don't believe anything about any kind of a conversation or anything. That's my opinion. I think he just snuck up on her, and if she would have fought back.
Yeah, I think he come up from behind her.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think he got her right when she came through the front door. I think he was waiting.
Right.
But she did change clothes, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think she knew what was coming. Because he's a coward. I can't see him looking her in the face.
Oh no. He had to wait till she was at least asleep.
Yeah.
Which means she probably checked on the girls. She knows she had to. I would. First thing I do is go.
Oh yeah, that would be the first thing. So, and
Where she's
I don't,
sleepy,
it's,
Oh, somebody, well, that's silly. Renee, I know, I did delete whatever, but, because it's just another channel that's trying to, I saw it's been started again on Nothing But Conspiracy, and it's like that other guy that was raising money for a billboard, and he is a politician in New York, okay, and politicians have a reputation they do because they're usually very skilled at lying, but misled everybody that that he had inside information, somebody that worked in the DA's office, an arrest was imminent, and I called that guy out too, and he came in guns blazing, and then what happened was he had to get on there and admit that he lied, and there was no insider that he knew in the DA's office. There was going to be no billboard, and all the money that he collected was collected fraudulently for this fake thing that he had everybody stirred up into in a frenzy.
yeah, even the female, that author that wrote Letters from Christopher, she even lied and said, oh, I have inside information. There's going to be an arrest in a couple of weeks. Watch, you'll see. And nothing happened with NC.
Oh, he had to sell it.
Okay, sorry.
He written book, right?
The one that wrote the book about, she went and interviewed him.
Oh,
What's
I
her
know.
name?
That's what I'm
Cheryl.
saying.
Oh.
She had to make stuff up in order
Yeah.
to sell it.
Exactly, and she kept saying, I heard right before I come on here.
Okay, so.
Everybody needs to let it go and let everybody heal and
Yeah, but they're doing it like it's not just with this case; it's with every case now. Look at Summer Wells' case.
oh that poor
That's
lady.
not about Summer Wells at all. That is completely Sherilyn Cadle. What about her? She wrote another book.
She's the
Sherilyn.
author. She's the one that come out and would say, "Oh, I got inside information."
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna do
because
it.
right.
You know, and all of that was lies.
Yep. Absolutely. And yeah, she but it's just Summer Wells, that's just a joke what they're doing there. Not one of, I mean, it's just all about all their little extraneous people that they brought into things, and I never believed that there could be like entire channels just about Summer Wells and what's happening. There's like nothing happening with Summer Wells, right? There's no new sightings, there's no new evidence. they're just going around, and that case is beyond nutty. Idaho 4 has channels that do nothing but conspiracy. Certain cases just end up being like exploding into nothing but conspiracy.
Yeah, and it's sad because people just want the facts.
There's people still going over Kylie Rodney, that girl that drove the wrong way into that lake. There's channels that are entirely about that case, and they're trying to push another narrative completely.
Right.
But you know what? And then there's certain cases, like look at that Patrick Frazee. You don't see anybody trying to say Patrick Frazee is innocent, right? Or you don't see anything like that. But certain cases, some people want a new episode twice a day. Exactly. They would rather have a million conspiracies instead of one simple truth. Exactly. That's what I said. Then why don't they go write screenplays? Why don't they, because that's what they're doing. They're just writing more episodes. The same way when a show finally ends, people can't take it. Oh, they could have done another season, and it's like people treat these like they're shows, but they're not. They're people's lives.
Right. They're addicted to it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they don't care who they hurt.
Nope.
And
Be a different story if it was their family or their child.
oh, then everything would change. Everything would change.
Yeah.
Just like Cindy saying, like, don't anybody dare say anything about her grandchildren. Her other grandchildren. They'll be held to pay. In other words, but
Narcissists can't take criticism.
yeah. He always. Yeah, I guess it just makes. Well, it'll all end up. If it's just it'll end up. The truth comes to light, Renee, and everybody. I think they're trying. A lot of people, when they come to YouTube, they try to get some kind of high-profile case, even if it's been done, and they go through it. I've seen it a lot lately with a lot of channels coming on brand new and going right for certain cases, and you're like, what are you doing? You're rehashing it again. And the thing is, now they're all doing the NK thing. Okay, so now they're all on the NK bandwagon, and there's a reason they're on that, because they get people who identify with being, having a husband or a partner or somebody that left them for another woman, and all of this rage that they want to put into the woman that their husband, their partner left them for, they get on this witch hunt, and they put all that passion in that thing to NK. I saw it myself when we were covering the case, and we didn't know. There were people that actually, when I told them there's nothing there, got so angry and stormed out of here and asked me how I could do that. Didn't I say that, I said, yeah, we said that. We looked at this, but there's nothing to connect her. Okay, you think I'm protecting her? I'm not protecting her, but there's nothing there. And people got enraged. And then there was a certain man that in the UK that told them, come over here. We're still on that witch hunt. I've seen her with a ponytail. I've seen her here. She's with that guy Jim. She changed her name here. All this fake stuff. And that's what happened. And they know they have a captive audience if they go and say that they're going to have her arrested. They have inside information. They have new evidence. Same kind of thing. People can't take it. And that's what that's all about. Tomorrow is the 31st. Yeah, February 1st is Thursday. we have, hear me, is a failure to communicate with these people. Yeah? I don't know, Foxy. It's just crazy. Crazy, and it's not, it's just some of the stories and some of the stuff, but in certain other cases, you don't see it at all. Why would she try to destroy her SM card before giving it to the police? Well, we don't know that she did that. Where's your, Meliel, where's your information that she tried to destroy her SIM card? And let's say she didn't want to give her phone, which she didn't want to give. It could also be because there's a lot of stuff she didn't want seen. Okay, she had a lot of racy photos. She had a lot of racy texts. She had a lot of stuff on there that she probably didn't want that whole police department, and if there was a trial, everybody to be privy to. That's what's going on. But where do you see about destruction? See, I think you're getting information, Meliel, probably from a conspiracy channel that puts things out there but doesn't have proof. She did do a cleansing of social media and all of that with her father. She admits it in the interview. She did. Damage control. In the discovery? Well, I have the discovery. Why don't you tell me where? Tell me where she tried to destroy this SIM card. What page? Or did some creator just say it's in the discovery, look for yourself? I can pull that. Oh, your thing sounds like you're having a thunderstorm.
Oh. There's nothing going on.
No, I think your mic is making a bunch of noise. Okay.
Is it me?
I don't know. It sounds something. It sounds like. Anybody else hear that? Let's see. So what page is that on that she didn't want to give up the phone, I'll tell you that. She hemmed and hawed in that other interview about giving it up, not wanting to give it up. That's common knowledge. But I've got the discovery pulled up here. Tell me where you're getting that. up over here. Elle, can you see if they're giving me the page number?
There's no page number.
Did Mel yell answer? I'm in the.
Don't have it in front of me, ma'am.
What?
I don't have it in front of me, ma'am.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, I do. And if she did do something like that, she would be charged with destroying potential evidence. And that's not what happened. So, I don't know who's telling you this stuff, but they're not very credible. Just telling you. And you'll find that. And anybody that's telling you that there's petitions and this and that and they're going to get this person charged, they're doing nothing but trying to go ahead and do what others have done, like I don't know how many years ago and for how long, like that guy. Yeah, that's all it is. They're just trying to appease people that want that, and people will believe anything without seeing it. And insiders and billboards and imminent arrests and insiders that are saying the arrest is imminent. Yeah. No, it's, you hear that, Sharon, and rough on the L's thing?
I do hear it, yes.
I don't.
Okay. It's weird. Now, okay, now it's muted. Now she muted it. It's weird. It's like, it's almost like she has a microphone and it's rubbing against something.
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
But, too close to the mic. Yeah, you're picking it up, right? Yeah. Exactly. Well, there's not a proof of being innocent. What I don't get that, Altis. Your point is, if the DA had any proof of her being innocent, they would have provided it somewhere. That's like saying, how could she, okay, you'd have proof of her being guilty and it's not there. Where's the proof that she is involved in that? Do you have that? No, because it's not there. It's not there. She's been cleared. There's not a continuing investigation. Anyone saying that is lying. The case, it's closed. There's no new evidence, nothing. So, there's, can anyone still hear? No, because you're on mute. Your sister's on life, sir. Will be leaving this earth. Oh no, Renee, I'm so sorry. Yikes. Prayers, that's horrible. How old is she? Very sorry. Prayers that she passes over quickly and without pain and peacefully, without fear, and for all of you as well, that you have comfort and peace and no fear, and that's very sad. Let me just check if there's anyone else. Anyone else have any other questions or anything? Let me know. Auction tomorrow night. Yeah, we're gonna have a community sale. 69. That's still. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Renee. But I'm going to check my email again, and then I think we'll do the... Oh, hang on. We'll do the wind down. Sharon?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna. I have a message in Slack for you. Hold on, it's coming. Let's see here. What's it? How it sounds like. What is that?
I'm on mute.
No, it's Sharon now. Oh, here's Margot. Oh, here's video reel. What time? You're busy. It's always our regular time, White Angel. Always, unless we change it. Always unless we change it. 9:45 Eastern.
Video real live, huh?
Hey.
Hi, video.
Hello, beautiful.
Mike is getting a slight feedback. I know, High 61, I think that was Sharon's that time. You watched that. It was an abomination. Her son is the killer. Yeah.
Please, unless we change it.
Video, I think you have YouTube playing.
I got it.
Okay, thanks. Sharon driving around with a flat tire. Yeah, or she's
I'm on mute, you guys.
Oh no, before it was weird. I don't hear it anymore now.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. So, hi Margot.
Hi.
Hi.
Elle, you asleep?
No, I'm just putting it on mute. I don't want to have any problems.
You better stop eating all that cereal. You better stop eating all that cereal.
She's not eating cereal. It was something with her mic.
But she is. She's eating cereal. She got a big ass bowl of milk and cereal.
I always put myself on mute when I'm eating my Cocoa Pebbles.
I know what's going on.
TikTok, I know.
Behind the scenes.
I'm just gonna stay on mute until I speak.
What have you been up to, Video Reel? Video?
Working.
Oh. Working at the car wash? Working at the car wash, babe. You know that song?
Working.
At the car wash?
Going?
No, not the car wash.
No, there's a song. Working at the car wash. Yeah. Okay. Is it cold down there?
No. Pretty warm.
That's good. We haven't seen our friend with the tomato seeds lately. Hillbilly. I always forget.
I know. I've been looking out for him.
Hillbilly, humble, help. What was his name?
Hillbilly Pie.
Hillbilly Pie.
My girl said, I got it.
Yeah, Hillbilly Pie. Yep.
So where are you working on, Video Reel?
Working at the car wash.
Contract?
Okay, top secret.
No. Not like YouTube streets.
He works in video
Going
surveillance.
crazy.
You work in video surveillance, right?
Yeah. I do that. I do that.
I know. Watching all the time.
Yes. I do that very well.
Watching me, watching you, watching us.
Yes, ma'am.
I know.
Love you all.
Love you too.
Love you too, Video.
Love you all.
How's your new year going?
It upsets me to hear about all the pains and things that y'all are going through. Elle, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Video.
Deborah, we lost Deborah. And that's,
Yeah, I know.
That's a big loss. That's something you can't just, no. You can't even take it back.
No, that's a huge loss. It's
something you can't even take back.
yeah, Deborah was a good egg.
I remember nights when I would talk to her and everyone else would be asleep. And I would talk to her.
Yeah.
About her husband, about her kids, about her son, and lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, people can't take that stuff back from me. They can't take it back from me.
No. Car wash. Oh, is that who that's by? Rose Royce? Russ Royce? Wait, is that really who that is from? That's who sings that?
I remember y'all
Rose
be in the
Royce.
Zoom meetings, be in the Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
and the Zoom would go quiet. Everyone would be asleep, be hearing. All you hear is snoring, and Deborah would be there. Deborah would be there talking to you, and I'd be like, "Why are you still awake?"
Because she's in Australia. Word
Right.
cookie, you're right. You're right there.
Right.
Kevin says it's time for the
Right.
daily puzzle.
And she's like, "I want to talk to you. I want to tell you everything." And I would listen to everything she said. Just it blew my mind about her husband, about everything.
And for those of you that are not normally here, we do this to keep our minds fresh and to wind down, especially after heavy topics. This is
Yep.
called the Word Cookie Wind Down. And look at that.
Yeah.
I told you all month. January was almost over, and look, it's January 31st, and how I hate that. Because that means, well, I've already written out my check, but that means the taxes go off, and, but what are you going to do? The alternative is not good. So,
Well, no, but it's funny because you think that they'd hold the taxes back for a little bit.
you think they would give us a break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after Christmas and
I know,
holiday. Yeah,
but we
I
did
know.
that.
We do winter taxes and then we get some.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is then they're not due again until the end of September, which is,
Okay, then you're like us, winter, summer.
yeah. But I just wish it wouldn't be January. Give it a month break.
Yeah, I know. So,
A little bit. Let's see. This is a little one. Level? Oh, you're right. No, you can't. There's only one L.
There's only one L. Thank God.
Oh, only one L. Got it. Elle always thinks everybody's talking about her because she thought Cindy Watts was talking about her when we were watching the interview. Because what did you think
Yeah.
she said about you?
Don't go where you're not wanted, Al.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, because everything sounds like L to L.
Yeah, I'm always thinking they're calling my name.
And she's like, "Why is that lady talking about me?" And we're like, "She's not talking about you." She's like, "She just said my name." Deborah had a fall, yeah, and found out. Yeah, Deborah had a fall, and then went to the hospital and found out that she had very late stage ovarian cancer, and
within a week.
yeah, she was within days. Her son came back from Japan, was able to be with her before she passed, and she was in bad shape when he got back.
Or, wait, I just can't. We're still just like fully dealing with it. It's horrible.
You play this too, Earth Angel? Well, where's the other people that have the name? Velvet, I got. Oh, I didn't do Velvet. I thought I did Velvet and Velvety. I did. See, I always do that. I always think I do both
Right.
words. And then I end up just...
Okay, what's the 4-letter word?
Lee, you say.
Oh, I got it.
A lie. Okay. And Eve. We did Eve. Okay. I. Who'd we lose?
No.
Video?
Rough?
No.
Video?
Rough?
Yeah. No, video's here.
Oh.
Can't you hear me?
Spare you, Carolyn? I think.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
We lost somebody.
You lost Rough.
Oh, we lost Ruff. Okay. We lost Ruff.
Rob, come back.
Ruff. Yeah. No, you guys. Levity. Levity.
I spelt it wrong.
No, but they can't be levity. We don't have enough. No. Leggy.
No, I know
No,
what it is. but
levy,
I'm typing it
levy.
wrong. Yeah, levy.
I put that already.
Took it to the. Okay, I didn't see that. No one. Vet. We did the vet. Yet. Has to be yet. That was an
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
one. That was easy. You fell out of the.
Room.
Oh, sorry.
Sharon, did you get your weekly mission done on there?
We'll try to finish this one.
8. So I gotta find the H. But other than that, yeah.
Oh, I got my H tonight.
Oh, you were looking for an H too,
Yep.
yeah. It's the only thing I need.
Okie dokie.
Kevin going strong. Kevin said
Oh,
conflict.
Tevin's really good.
Conflict.
Is that what he said? Compact? I think compact.
Compact.
Yeah, that's good. Camp. C-A-M-P. Comp, how about comp, maybe? Comp those rooms. Okay, and camo. C-A-M-O. Do we have comp? Okay, and then 2 more, so camo, camp. I did camo, didn't know. Adam. Matt. Yeah, we already have Matt up there. We need
Commercial.
C-O. No. C.
She's trying.
I know. A top. Is that, yeah. Let's see. Yep. Now we just need one more. Between
I'm waiting on commercial, Dan.
cop and map. Oh, Rocky. Rocky, what are you doing? He sounds like he literally goes flying out of that wheel, and I think he's like Teddy. He flies all over it. Elle, did your furniture ever arrive? What furniture? What furniture? What, Angel? Her counter chairs? Yeah, she got those last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I think
have-
oat. No,
I got 2 stools for my counter,
Mac. Yeah.
and I love them.
I need one more thing. Oh, no, there's no G. No G.
Oh, no G? I'm so blind.
No G. Pack, palm. No, it's got to be above a M.
Cot, C-O-T.
Oh, C-O-T. There we go.
All right.
See if how easy the next one is to see if we're gonna advance. Very close to another advancement. I don't know.
Oh, you got it. Don't we just do this one?
What? No.
Don't we just do this one?
No.
Very similar.
Poor Al.
Some of
Never
them
stood a
are.
chance.
Some of
Poor
them
Al.
are.
Never stood a chance.
What?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Never stood a chance.
I don't know what he's saying.
know.
Whatever it
I'm
is,
just
he's
saying.
Whatever
I'm
it
just
is, he's
saying.
making me laugh. I don't know why.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Diffuse. Yeah, let's diffuse the situation. Diffuse. V5 faux fum. Duff beer. Oh, fused, yeah. Infused. Very good. They go in alphabetical order, Holly. So, I had like a funny tone on my thing that was like, it was like a nice, like somebody sent me like a special message or something. I don't know. Made like a big chime. I don't know what it was. What am I, used? Oh, why didn't I? Yeah, that's easy.
This thing is going crazy again.
What's the matter?
Oh my computer thinks it should do what it wants.
I tried feds. Flood. No. SIF, SIF. No, no. Fife, I tried.
You want
Hi,
some
Debbie
snow,
Zito.
El?
How are you?
You want some snow, El?
Yes. I'd
Okay.
love some snow.
Okay. Be careful what you ask for. I'm just saying, be careful what you ask for.
Why, you can make it snow?
Can you make it rain?
I don't know about rain, but snow is a good thing. Snow is pretty.
Yeah, for a little bit. And then it gets very tiresome.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah.
It was today, it really was, the way it stuck to the trees and everything, but.
But Sharon, the pictures you sent me today were just beautiful.
Yeah.
Kevin, come on. What's going on? Okay, high 61. I tried all those. Duff, I tried. I just got extra words. I tried fifed. Diffs. Yeah, they're just extra words. Nothing's going on. In.
Kevin done found my chicken wings in the back of the refrigerator. Mango, spicy. Poor Kevin.
Poor Kevin.
I got it.
Rest in peace.
What?
You never watched me cook
Oh, did you ever watch Elle cook?
video?
Huh?
Did you ever watch Elle cook?
Nowhere.
She
I
cooks
think on
here.
Friday nights here.
She cooks where?
Here.
What do you mean where?
She cooks
Here.
on the channel. She's been cooking on Friday nights. She's made meatloaf. She's made gingerbread cookies. What else have you made? Lemon bars.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, meatloaf. What else?
Meatloaf.
Yep.
Okay. You know what they
Chocolate chip
say?
cookies, chocolate chip cookies.
Oh yeah, chocolate chip cookies.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't been tuning in for your shows.
I know, you're hurting me.
Been cooking, huh?
Yeah. Al, camp. You're on the wrong puzzle.
But you just did it.
What
They're
puzzle
doing-
are you in? Emmy's and says cookies.
There's no cookies. Come on. Where are all you guys that knows? Where's Elizabeth G? Where's Murder of Crows? Yeah, Friday Nights with Elle, right? White Angel. Have you been watching her cook, White Angel? White Angel. I'm gonna try to get your stuff boxed. I have to box some more stuff. I have 2 packages going out tomorrow, and they happen to be for Carol and for Farm Wife. And then I'm going to be doing packing early in the day, then billing, then some of the other stuff will be going out if it gets taken care of.
Oh, now I'm at the new one.
You must be behind, Al.
Yeah. Just caught up, I think.
I did feud.
Oh, I can't see the
Oh, okay.
words. I'm sorry.
They're very hard. This is a very hard one.
It is very hard.
This is crazy.
I'll retype what I put in.
Feet. Yeah. This is very hard.
My God, was
Al, diffuse is in there already.
oh.
Advance your video, you're way behind.
No, I just can't see the words that are put in. But I try to make them bigger. But I can't see the choose from words.
Kevin, I've tried Fifes like 19 times. Look.
Did you try the other Fifes? F-I-E-F-S?
F-I-E-S?
F-I-E-F-S.
F-I-E-F-S. Oh no, what's that? Fifes.
I had that in, and so did my 61.
F-I-E-F. I didn't see those Fifes. There's only one of those Fifes in the plural. Here comes Elizabeth with the Fifes.
And the other 4-letter word is dies, I'm pretty
Sue, I
sure.
thought I did Sue, and I swore I did Sue.
You don't have Sue done, and
I
you don't
thought-
have dies done, but you have die.
Oh,
Cheaters everywhere. Cheaters everywhere.
okay.
Cheaters
You
everywhere.
got Fifes, good.
You have eyes everywhere.
Dies, D-I-E-S.
F-E-U? No, that's not one. F-U-E, hi Elizabeth. F-U-D.
Oh, and I think they've been putting it in. Did you do Fed?
Yeah, I did, but it said no. See, now it, oh, come on. I did it so many times I did Fed. Something's wrong with my thing.
Oh, I hate that.
It's not good.
Almost there.
Almost advanced. We almost advanced.
Oh, we're done?
No. We're done with that
Next.
one.
No, I mean, we're on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
She said next. She said next.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Tired. Sleep. Rest.
Well, we need to get up.
Calmness.
Just in case you start snoring.
Harmony. L. Harmony. Calmness. Sleep. Rest. peacefulness.
Okay, now I say aim, yes, aim. And Ames.
Yeah.
Willie Ames, is he still alive?
Yes.
Willie Ames. He used to be
Yes.
in what show was Willie
Eight
Ames?
is enough.
Eight is enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Willie Ames.
Nicholas is dead.
Nicholas is dead, right? Yeah, Nicholas
The
is dead.
little one. Is that funny?
It was. Sorry. It
Willie,
was funny.
Willie Ames is alive though.
Yes.
It was funny.
No.
No. She said no.
Vices. I thought I did vices. Did I not? No, that's just a visa. Yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah. Oh, 3 letter one.
This one seemed to go faster than the other one. Okay, and Willie Ames is 63. Thank you.
See?
Willie Ames, how old is Scott Baio?
Oh, he's up there.
You think he's
I'll
older
let you
than
know.
63? No, there's no way he's older than 63. I don't think so.
I don't know, I get so surprised.
I don't think. I'd say he's about Scott Baio. Well, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I'm thinking of the other one. You know who I'm
He's
thinking?
63, Carolyn.
He's 63 too. So let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
It's kind of crunchy.
No, I think that. You know which one? The one that played Uncle Jesse. He's probably younger than 63. What's his name? Blackie. He played Blackie on General Hospital. Do you remember when he played Blackie on General Hospital?
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
He's 60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew he was younger.
I can't believe they're that old, though.
I didn't know that. And then he got remarried and had like new kids, doesn't he?
No.
You don't remember that?
Yeah. Divorced
No.
twice. I think it's twice.
John Stamos. And what about Danny Bonaducci? He's got to be 70, right? No, he's probably
Let's see.
no. He's probably like 7. He's probably like 66.
Well, now we're picking on people.
Yeah, I think he's got to be at least that.
No, we're just guessing people's ages.
Hey, what was his name?
Danny Bonaducci.
Bonaducci.
Yeah, he used to have a reality show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're just picking on
64.
people.
He's 64.
See, they're all around the same age. Isn't that funny?
64.
63, 64. Danny Bonaducci.
If I look as good as him when I'm 64, then
Right?
I don't know what to say.
How old would what's his name be? David Cassidy if he was alive. He's dead, right?
Let's see.
Oh, yes, he died. Oh.
She said, let's see. Elle said, let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
What we got? Seems. I thought I
He was born in 1950. 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70
Right.
to 2000, 2000, 2000 to 2010, 2070 something. He would be 70 something, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SAV. Hmm.
That's 64. Oh, age of death 67.
He was 67 when he died?
Died.
I thought he was much younger when he died.
I think it was 57, actually.
I thought he died in his 50s. I really do.
Yeah, I think it was 57.
His date of death was 2017.
One more.
Died.
Okay. Almost at my advancement. Our advancement.
It was the age at death, 67 years old.
Wow.
And that was in 2017.
I thought he died a lot.
Getting confused here. Let's move on to something now.
Alright, y'all better get on. Come on, cheaters. Come on, cheaters. I know you want to cheat. Come on, cheat.
There's no cheaters in the ramblers.
Go on, cheaters. Let's see.
P-O-R-E. P-O. No. P-O-R-E-S. Okay. Preps. Props.
Oops.
I don't think so. Per. Sub. Sor. Rose. Okay.
You fucking cheaters.
Hey.
Hey,
You
video.
freaking cheaters.
Freaking.
Freaking. Edit. Comment. Edit.
No more
You
F word.
freaking cheaters.
No more F word for me, okay?
You cheaters. You've been cheating. Look at you cheating.
Oh, poser. Yeah, poser.
Oh, that's not one.
Come on now. Type it in.
I did.
Come on now. Type it in. Type it in. Come on.
I did.
Don't be scared. Don't be hiding out there. Join along with us.
Propose. Propose. Propose.
One more.
With roses. And the Pope maybe can marry you. What's that?
It wasn't me.
Spore. Okay. How about S-O-R-R-E? P. Where we have Po.
Alright. Let's see.
Oh
Let's
boy.
Oops. Excuse you.
Let's see.
Who's gone?
Oh, I don't know. What happened?
Video.
Oh no.
Oh, video.
Hiccuped
He
himself
hiccuped right out of the office. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
How'd you hiccup yourself right out of the office? How about
Yeah.
opera? No, opera, no.
Elizabeth, yes, poop. That's what I was thinking.
Pops. Reps. No. Oh, how about
Where you live? Did I put the wrong word in? No.
Oh, repo. Gosh, everything is just turning into an extra word.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pose. I thought I did that, didn't I? No.
Opos. OP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
It says it's hard.
Oh, it does. Oh, that's even, it's even harder now.
Spore. Okay, we're almost there.
Gotcha.
Good video. Evans. Okay, let's see. Sopper. No. Re. O. P. Mm-hmm. Oreo, I've got Oreo. Oh, no, there's no Oreos. I thought I had Oreos, but it's just Ors. Oh, it's a queso.
That's what I think it is, yeah.
Nope. Rose.
It's not peso?
Nope.
They like putting money stuff in there.
Really?
Yeah. Peps. Or perp.
I tried perp. I tried pour. Did I have pour?
And maybe it's peps.
Well, there's pour. I had it pour in there. All right, one more. Let's see.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, I know. Let's see now. Hi, Dan Cave. Oh, we always take a stand for that, Dan Cave. Welcome. That's all you're going to find in here is decency and respect.
What was it, Carolyn?
What?
Poor? What was the word you were missing? Poor?
Yeah.
This might be your advanced one, eh?
Yeah, this one is.
This is advanced.
This is going to be our advancement.
Good. It's always good to be ahead, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, ache, yeah. chafed
Uh-huh.
and chafe.
And chafe.
Yeah. Very good. And decaf? I don't know. Let's see. No. And Chad, fed. Oh, fed we gotta do again. Huh. Fed. Shave, Chad, fed. Chad. I thought we did Chad, didn't we? Yeah.
These cats are crazy. Here. Oh my god.
Come on, you've already had PETA called on you. Oh, chef. Okay. And aced. Aced is the place for the something. I did aced. Oh, how about each? That's got to be it. We got it. We advanced now. What are we going to be? What are we going to be? We're not going to be a maple anymore. Brown sugar, maybe. Hey, Scooter. Nice of you to show up. You're only 3 hours late. That's good, though. Great.
Boy, yeah.
We always play the first game of the new level, and then we call it. That's great, Scooter.
Right.
Nothing like showing up on time. Oh, we're basil now.
Basil.
All right.
And that's a bunch of bulldog. It's a bulldog. And it's a gull. And that's just doll in the bog. And the bull. Dog. Dog.
Oh, there's no E in this one. That's hard.
Hmm.
Or A.
Gold. Well, then bold. Doll, of course. Doll. Let's see. Carnival, bug, gull. I did gull and they said no. Duo?
Bless you.
Yes.
That's you.
No.
Bless you.
Who's sneezed?
Sonny.
Oh, I was like, everybody's, hi, Annie B. Everybody's saying it, and I'm like, well, okay, there's only 3 people here. What happened?
And we're all pleasant.
Oh, that's funny. It's just like a person.
Blog, of course, blog.
Blog.
Where'd Kevin go?
He was here. He
Where'd
said the
Video
word.
go? Video really hiccuped his way
He
right out here.
took himself right off.
Get out of here.
What happened? I thought he was going to try to get back in.
Yeah, where is it?
He must have fallen asleep.
Yeah. He needed to hold his breath.
One more word and then we can go. Doug. Doug.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
All right. And now we
One
get
more.
to say good night. We made our advancement. We already did it.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, but they had to address that. Good to see a lot of you that we haven't seen in a while. Sharji. I always forget your other name. You got to tell me which one it is.
Make sure and come back.
Be coming back, and we'll
Y'all
see you
come
later.
back now. Here.
Bye now. God bless. Prayers. We love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Night night.
Night-night. Now it's time to say goodbye.